There you go, Bob Allen Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Our phone number to call in is 859-238-WHIR to get birthdays and anniversaries on here, 238-9447, as we celebrate birthdays on this Tuesday, the 17th day of the month of June. And birthdays today look like this, starting off with Joyce Bowling having a birthday. Gwen Mitchell, Lisa Maddox Douglas, Charlotte Jackson, Chris Stewart, Misty McCoy, Jeff Glasscock, Caitlin Fay, John Humphrey, Vicky Terry, and Ian Gabriel on the birthday list today. Again, pretty good list of names. Joyce Bowling, Gwen Mitchell, Lisa Douglas, Charlotte Jackson, Chris Stewart, Misty McCoy, Jeff Glasscock, Caitlin Fay, John Humphrey, Vicky Terry, and Ian Gabriel. 11 names that we have down on this 17th day of June. If you have birthdays on June 17th or anniversaries, or you want to give somebody a shout out, call it in, 859-238-WHIR. I'd love to announce it on the air, but I can't announce it unless I know it. So call them in, 238-WHIR. It's Tuesday. It is the 17th day of June, 061725. So happy to have you aboard the Joe Show on this Tuesday morning. First guest is on here at 7:40. That's the County Agent's Corner. And that'll be Tyler Ray, who calls in for the Boyle County Extension Office, giving us a county agent tip at 7:40 this morning, and we look forward to talking to him. In the 8 o'clock in the morning hour this morning, at 8:10, we have Colleen from the Boyle County Public Library on here. She'll join us at 8:10. 8:20, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have those at 8:20 right here on the Joe Show. 8:40. James the Gardener joins us. Gardening with James. He gives us a gardening tip at 8:40 this morning. In the 9 o'clock in the morning hour, 9:10, Dusty with the Kentucky Music Preview. He'll be on the show giving us music updates. And at 9:35 this morning, Tuesday with Stith. Ann Yeager joins us to give us an update on what's going on with Stith Funeral Home and questions that you may have about pre-planning, insurance, funerals, whatever it may be. No question is too weird, Ann Yeager says. She's answered some weird ones through the years. So if you have any questions, feel free to call in. She'd love to talk to you. 859-238-WHIR is the number to call in. We start you off this morning, as we always do, taking a look at early morning sports. So glad to have you aboard the Joe Show this morning. The Thunder take Game 5. Shohei Ohtani back on the mound. And a wild day 4 at the College World Series. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Tuesday morning sports. Starting off, first of all, the NBA Game 5 of the Finals, where the Oklahoma City Thunder are now one victory away from winning the NBA Finals. They need to fend off a second-half charge from the Pacers. Indiana would close the deficit to 2 points, but Oklahoma City led nearly wire to wire and prevailed yesterday, 120-109, to take a 3-2 series lead. That means the Thunder will have a closeout opportunity in Game 6 on Thursday at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. The Thunder moved to Oklahoma City from Seattle in 2008, where they were the Supersonics and won an NBA title there in 1979. After Indiana forward Pascal Siakam's three-pointer cut Oklahoma City's lead to 2 with 8.5 minutes left, the Thunder ripped off an 18-4 run to pull away. Oklahoma City smothered on defense and forced the Pacers into turnovers, leading to quick transition chances on the other end. Thunder forward Jalen Williams recorded the best game of his playoff career. He dropped 40 on a wildly efficient 14 of 25 shooting. He added 6 rebounds and 4 assists. NBA MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was steady and got to the line with ease in the fourth quarter. He had 31 points and added 10 assists. In Major League Baseball, Shohei Ohtani has taken the mound as an LA Dodger. The 3-time MVP made his pitching debut yesterday, starting against the San Diego Padres in his first appearance as a pitcher since August of 2023. And it wasn't real pretty. He allowed allowed 1 run after surrendering hits to the first 2 batters of the game and a sac fly. The defense then made plays to get him out of the inning. It would be the only inning he'd pitch in front of an eager Dodger Stadium crowd. Still, Ohtani was productive with the bat with 2 hits and 2 RBI as a 5-run fourth propelled the Dodgers to a 6-3 win over their division rival Padres. In Omaha, the College World Series was wild yesterday. The early game brought one of the best men's College World Series pitching performances ever with Gage Woods' 19 strikeout no-hitter. Game 2 finally looked to bring some of the offense that had been lacking the entire time, but the game was suspended after 3 innings due to rain, with LSU leading UCLA 5-3. That game will be resumed Tuesday this morning at 11 o'clock, with the 2 previously scheduled games after that to follow. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer.
Big Deal Store is rolling out those summer savings for you. You can purchase a $50 gift certificate from B&O Jewelers for just $29, or get this, 4 $50 gift certificates, a $200 value for just $100. That means you only pay half price. Stay in style with a visit to Anderson's Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Get a $50 gift certificate for only $35. $10 gift certificates to the Bread of Life in Liberty are just $7. Give that sweet tooth what it wants at Sweets by Cindy in Junction City. $10 gift certificates are half price, is $5. Applebee's Grill and Bar in Danville. Get a $10 gift certificate for just $7.50. $22 Pioneer Playhouse gift certificates are back. You get an entertaining $5 savings at just $17. Come clean with a visit to Thoroughbred Auto Wash in Danville. $20 car washes are just half price at $10. Check out these and many more great savings at our Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. hometownlive.net.
For the cycling enthusiast, it's not a race, it's a journey. Start your journey at Danville Bike and Footwear and get ready for the cycling season with a new bike or a tune-up. Danville Bike and Footwear features both specialized and Trek products and is now receiving shipments of new e-bikes. Come in and custom build your dream bike or refurbish that bike you've been waiting to ride all winter. Pedal on into Danville Bike and Footwear, located 417 West Main Street in beautiful downtown Danville, a place where adventure and comfort ride together.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All righty, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote. 859-236-6686. Rain showers and thunderstorms are likely today. A high of 79. A low tonight of 70. And, again, good chance we see rain showers, particularly in the afternoon hours, early evening hours. Tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms between 8 and 11. Partly sunny. 84 is the high. Thursday's Juneteenth. Partly sunny, high of 80. 60. Friday, mostly sunny and 85 is the high. It's 6:23 in the morning, and it's 69 degrees on this Tuesday, the 17th day of the month of June. 859-238-WHIR is your phone number to call in, 238-9447, as we see what celebrities are having birthdays on this June the 17th. Cue up the music, please. Let's do a little celebrity birthday shouting. Here we go. These famous people having famous birthdays on this famous day. Starting off on this date 55 years ago, where actor and comedian Will Forte was born, best known for acting on the TV show Saturday Night Live, 30 Rock, Last Man on Earth as well. 55 years old today for Will Forte.
Took my toddler out of school and threw him in a pool, and that's how we learned to swim. And then a spaceship flew down and loaned us a towel, and we dried off our soaking bodies as a show of our gratitude. I gave the aliens a beer jar and food, and the Model T card that belonged to my stepbrother's life coach.
Well, there you go. That's Will Forte from Saturday Night Live. He celebrates a birthday today, 55 years old today for Will Forte. Other celebrity birthdays on this June the 17th include the late composer Igor Stravinsky. His parents wanted him to be a lawyer, but was convinced by the great Russian composer Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov to pursue a career in music. Igor Stravinsky having a birthday today. 82 years old today. Barry Manilow has a birthday today. Newt Gingrich is also 82 today, former Speaker of the House and one-time presidential candidate. 82 years old today for Newt Gingrich. And tennis great Venus Williams is 45. She won the Australian Open and French Open singles competition in 1998 and was the first black woman to become world number one in tennis. She became one of the first 3 female players to reach the finals of all 4 Grand Slams, along with her younger sister Serena and Maria Sharapova. Venus Williams, 45 years old today. Celebrity birthdays on this 17th day of June.
In country music.
Well, right on in. It was on this day, country music history, looking back at the year 1910, where Clyde Julian Foley, better known as Red Foley, was born. The American singer, radio, and TV personality became one of the biggest country music stars after World War II, sold over 25 million records. It was on this day, country music history, 1978. Emmylou Harris had 2 more bottles of wine and took it to number 1. And it was on this day, country music history, 1992. Old Billy Ray Cyrus went number 1 on the country music chart with his breakthrough hit, Achy Breaky Heart. That's what's gone on this day, June 17th. Country music history. Starting off on this day, country music history in 1910, where Red Foley was born on this day, 1910.
Have you ever passed the corner of 4th and Grand, where a little ball of rhythm has a shoeshine stand?
Yeah, Red Foley on this day, 1910, hosted the first country music series on network television called the Ozark Jubilee from 1955 to 1960. Foley died on September the 19th of 1968. Hank Williams Jr., who had been with him the day he died, later wrote and recorded the song as Luke the Drifter Jr. I was with Red Foley the night he passed away. Red Foley, born on this date, 1910, would have been 115 years old today.
It's a wonder that the rag don't tear the way he makes it pop. You ought to see him fan the air with his hoppity hippity hippity hoppity hoppity hippity hop. He opens up a business when the clock.
There you go. Red Foley celebrating what would have been his 115th today. It was on this day, 1978. Emmylou Harris took a Delbert McClinton song to number 1.
Came out west together with a common desire.
2 more bottles of wine. On this day, 1978, went number 1 for Emmylou Harris.
2 months later, got trouble in mind. Oh, my baby moved out and left me behind. But it's all right, 'cause it's midnight. I got 2 more bottles of wine. Way left shore
It was on this day, country music history in the year 1992, where Billy Ray Cyrus went number one on the country music charts with his breakthrough hit.
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes when I'm gone. Oh, you can tell your friends.
Achy Breaky Heart, written by Don Von Trass. It was originally titled Don't Tell My Heart and recorded by the Marcy Brothers in 1991. Its name later changed to Achy Breaky Heart. In the U.S., it became a crossover hit on pop and country radio, peaking at number 4 on Billboard's Hot 100 and topping the Hot Country Singles and Tracks chart, becoming the first country single to be certified platinum since Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton's Islands in the Stream in 1983. Billy Ray Cyrus on this date, 1992. Achy Breaky Heart went number 1. There you go. Billy Ray, Emmylou, and Red Foley have all made their mark on this date, June 17th, in the history of country music. 6:30 in the mornings coming your way next.
You can tell your mom I moved to Arkansas. You can tell your dog to bite my leg. Or tell your brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lip. He never really liked me.
You're listening to The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Kentucky's total recovery of funds from the nationwide opioid addiction crisis hits over $1 billion. The Commonwealth in 2015 got $24 million in a settlement with Purdue Pharma. Now State Attorney General Russell Coleman says over $73 million will come from a settlement by Purdue Pharma and the Sackler family with 55 states and territories to the tune of $7.5 billion. State Attorney General Russell Coleman adds Kentucky will use that money for prevention, treatment, and recovery programs. A man in custody after an alleged shootout with KSP troopers in Pulaski County. Somerset police responded to a call about a man barricading himself inside a home on East Mount Vernon Street. That's when 69-year-old John Woody allegedly started shooting at officers. No injuries were reported, and Woody eventually was arrested after a several-hour standoff. He's charged with attempted murder of a first responder, wanton endangerment, and more. Undergraduate tuition and mandatory residence fees at 3 Kentucky universities increasing this fall. The Council on Post-Secondary Education Board approving a recommendation to raise the rates and fees at Eastern Kentucky, Murray State, and Western Kentucky. A Louisville Metro Police officer working on behalf of child victims laid to rest yesterday.
Michelle made this world better through her work, her friendship, her love as a mother and a wife, and her unshakable spirit. She showed us what it truly means to serve, and now it's our responsibility to carry that forward, to honor her by living with the same purpose and compassion.
Detective Lauren Payne of LMPD's Crimes Against Children Unit. Funeral services held for Detective Michelle Rush, who died of cancer last week at the age of 35. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Danville Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Find new roads at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Live the HD life in a new 25 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. Now Bob Allen priced as low as $49,998. Stock in $25,498. Several HD models in stock to choose from. Bob Allen Chevrolet, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com. We are Danville's deal maker.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Paint the Park is coming up in Danville. The event is held on July 3rd at Millennium Park, where you can reserve your 4x4 square to paint at Millennium Park. The event essentially helps beautify and make the park look even more unique for the big 4th of July fireworks celebration the next day. How can you register? Well, you pay $10 per 4x4 square on July 2nd when you go pick up your paint supplies at the Art Center of the Bluegrass. Then the next day, July 3rd, get out there and paint your square from 9 until 1. That'll give it an early 24-hour period to dry before the July 4th fireworks event at Millennium Park. For questions, contact Danville Boyle County Parks and Rec. The 106th Annual Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Awards Gala is set for Friday, September 26th. The evening is dedicated to celebrating the individuals, businesses, and organizations that help the Danville and Boyle County community thrive. Reach out to the Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce for information on what awards you can nominate people for and how to nominate them. An upcoming public meeting will discuss potentially allowing ATVs, side-by-sides, and golf carts on Boyle County roads. We told you last month that a new opinion issued by Boyle County Attorney Chris Herron forbade golf carts, ATVs, UTVs, and other special vehicles from being driven on Boyle County roads. Herron said that Kentucky statutes state that local and county governments can decide which roadways, if any, that golf carts can be driven on, but since the Boyle County Fiscal Court hadn't allowed it, it remained against the law. Now the Boyle County Fiscal Court wants to hear your opinion. The public meeting will be a week from today, Tuesday, June 24th, in the Inter-County Energy Community Room on Houstonville Road from 6 until 7:30. And one of the largest Juneteenth celebrations in the state happens in Harrodsburg, and this year is no different. The event will take place at West Lane Park, with events Thursday through Saturday. Those include the Miss Juneteenth pageant, line dancing, a Motown night on Friday night, the Little Miss and Mr. Juneteenth pageant, kids games, speakers, and the festival headlined by Nappy Roots on Saturday evening. For more information, visit the Heart of Kentucky Juneteenth celebration on Facebook. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription. And I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it, because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Alrighty there, alrighty Joe. Altogether Recovery Center brings you this weather forecast. It's Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving, compassionate care for drug and alcohol addiction. Altogether Recovery Center is open in Danville. Rain shower, thunderstorm chances, and we'll see 81 as the high. Low tonight 70. You get about 3/4 of an inch of rain possible today. Most of that going to be this afternoon, early evening. Tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms. High tomorrow, 84. Juneteenth Thursday, partly sunny and 80 is the high. Right now it's 6:38 in the morning, 69 degrees right here in Danville. 859-238-WHIR. Your phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. Larry Vaught with Vaught's Views today. Take it away, Larry.
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Someone reminded me recently that it was early June in 1989 when then University of Kentucky Athletics Director C.M. Newton shocked almost everyone by hiring Rick Pitino to rebuild the UK basketball program after it was put on probation. I know younger Kentucky basketball fans think the program hit rock bottom in Coach Billy Gillespie's second year that led to John Calipari taking over, but that was nothing compared to the program Pitino inherited. I will never forget Pitino's introductory press conference. He said, "When people say we can't be competitive, let's prove them wrong. That is what we are about to do. It has been a tradition to me. We will win, and we will win right away. What that means in terms of losses and wins, I'm not sure. I think Kentucky people and all the supporters of Kentucky basketball, forgetting the score, will leave the arena and say that basketball team is a winner."
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
Wildcat Chevrolet Cadiz wants to be your car dealer, and they prove that every day.
This is Michael Oliver, and we do want your business. We've got a great lineup of pre-owned vehicles on the lot and great savings on all Chevrolets. We're offering big Wildcat discounts on every new vehicle. So if you're thinking about buying or trading, we'd love to talk to you. We appreciate your business.
Sounds like now's the time to buy, and Wildcat Chevrolet is definitely the place. Celebrating 25 years in 2025. Visit Wildcat Chevrolet Cadiz and check out wildcatchevrolet.com.
As legendary announcer Kay Wood Ledford said, Coach Rick Pitino made Kentucky basketball fun again, just as he said he would. Over 8 seasons, Pitino won over 80% of his games, leading the Wildcats to 4 SEC regular season crowns, 3 Final Four appearances, the 1996 National Championship, and the 1997 National Runner-Up finish. He's had off-court incidents somewhat tarnish his Hall of Fame status, but if I needed a coach to win a game to save my life, Pitino is the coach I would want on the bench.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Larry Vaught, Vaught's Views, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time at 6:40 in the morning on this Tuesday, the 17th day of June. Hey, who's getting the new Trump phone? The Trump Organization has announced a new mobile plan and a new smartphone, $499 smartphone for the Trump phone plan. Yes, this is true. Check it out.
Hi, folks. It's your favorite president, Donald Trump. Tired of your old, boring phone plan? Then you need the MAGA plan from Trump Mobile. Yes, it comes with a very nice phone for the low, low price of $500. Wow. Yes, you'll love the MAGA phone plan.
The MAGA plan from Trump Mobile is amazing. I can talk to my sister in Detroit, my cousin in Denver, and I have a direct line to Vladimir Putin. Plus, I can customize my ringtones.
I am going to buy Greenland. I am going to buy Greenland. I am going
Oh, hey,
to buy
Putin's calling me again. Cool.
You've got that right. The new megaphone plan from Trump Mobile. Sign up today. It'll be really great, believe me.
There you go, Trump Mobile. Sign up for your plan today. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I am right there with you. These stories remind us of a silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It's Mr. Floyd Kramer for you. Here we go. Well, good news action on this Tuesday morning, and here we go. Story number 1 coming from Baltimore, where for over 40 years, Baltimore physician Dr. Michael Zollicoffer has been providing care to people in his community regardless of whether they can pay or not. When he was recently diagnosed with cancer and facing a $150,000 treatment cost, the community rallied to support him, crowdfunding over $280,000 for him. He continues to see patients and express deep gratitude despite his diagnosis, explaining that the overwhelming support has made him feel like the happiest man alive. Dr. Michael Zollicoffer, the community raised $280,000 for him. He says he sees every patient who comes into him.
I'm going to see you no matter what. You walk in that door, you will be seen. You bring your grandma with you. I don't see her too.
There you go. Love it. Story number 2 coming from Arizona, where in his first month as a lifeguard at Copper Sky Aquatic Center in Maricopa, Arizona, 16-year-old Davian Herrera rescued 2 children from danger in the pool. Last weekend, he jumped in to save a young girl who had drifted into the deep end and was struggling to stay afloat. Herrera also made a rescue on his first day of work a few weeks earlier and has been publicly recognized by the city's vice mayor for his heroic actions. And story number 3 coming from Jonestown, Mississippi, where a group of bystanders rescued a truck driver after his big rig overturned on Highway 316 near Jonestown, Mississippi late last Friday morning. Emergency crews arrived to find the driver already pulled from the vehicle and treated him for non-life-threatening injuries before transporting him to a local hospital. First responders from multiple nearby town agencies assisted at the scene, and fortunately no other vehicles were involved in this. There you go, the good news. A group of bystanders save a trucker trapped under his big rig. A rookie lifeguard saves 2 kids in the first month on the job, and parents raised $280,000 for a doctor who gave free care for over 40 years. That's what's going on in this morning's World of Absolute Good, folks. Floyd Kramer, take us home, buddy. It's all yours. Silliness at Sunrise is coming up next.
Pioneer Playhouse is celebrating 76 years in the Bluegrass. We are Kentucky's oldest outdoor theater, and we're right here in Danville. Walking Across Egypt, July 1st through July 19th. When Maddie, a lonely Texas widow, calls the dog catcher, she unwittingly sets off a chain of events that include car theft, prison breaks, and a juvenile delinquent named Wesley. Armed with only her mouth-watering cornbread and a deep, abiding faith, Maddie is determined to set things right, if she can manage to stay out of jail herself. A heartwarming Southern comedy, perfect for the whole family. Rated G. In case of light rain, shows will continue outdoors. Please bring your raincoat and umbrella. Rain checks will be given if show is canceled due to severe weather. Pioneer Playhouse is located at 840 Stanford Road in Danville, Kentucky. 859-236-2747. Or go to pioneerplayhouse.com for tickets. When the sun goes down, the stars come out at Pioneer Playhouse.
Kind of took off. Yeah, those last 10 or 15 was pretty special.
I have never had that feeling in my life. It was unbelievable.
I'm Mark Darrow, and this is PRN's Garage Pass.
At Napa, we've spent the last 100 years building our business into an engine that powers yours. Whether you're big or small, national or local, Napa has the automotive solutions your business needs to stay moving. And it's all driven by a nationwide network of quality parts and exceptional service on one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead. That's why we are the pros that know.
Never know how. Been very lucky to take part in some great races, win a few majors, I guess, and yeah, this is certainly up there. It probably hasn't sunk in yet.
To no one's surprise, from the pole position, Shane Van Gisbergen won the first ever Cup Series race in Mexico City, pulling away from the field by nearly 17 seconds.
That last stint, I struggled to enjoy it because I'm just praying that yellow wouldn't come out, but the car was just like unreal. Yeah, I kind of took off. Yeah, those last 10 or 15 was pretty special.
It was the largest margin of victory since Kurt Busch at Texas in 2009. Coming into the Viva Mexico 250, SVG was 33rd in points. Now he's locked into the playoff. That puts Chris Buescher in the 16th and final position to get in on points, 19 up on Ryan Preece with Michael McDowell minus 43. The runner-up in Mexico City, Christopher Bell, who gained a lot of ground in the rain.
That was very beneficial to my race, and then once the track dried out,
I got the lead at one point, and Shane was clearly faster than me and drove back by. So just close, but not good enough.
Finishing third was Chase Elliott.
I really struggled, when it was raining. And then when it dried out, I thought our car came to us, and we started to get, I thought, competitive from that point forward.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, Z-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. And carbon is like sandpaper rubbing against your engine's internal parts. You don't want that. You want Z-Max Micro Lubricant. It soaks into metal and keeps your vehicle running at peak performance. Find out more at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Protect your engine to the max with Z-Max.
When Daniel Suarez came from the back in a backup car to win the Mexico City Xfinity Series race, the Mexican fans, well, they went crazy.
When I took the lead, I was able to hear the people like they were right here. Not just in the stadium was huge, but also in corner number 1. It was unbelievable. I got goosebumps and I felt so blessed. I have never had that feeling in my life. It was unbelievable.
Yes, it was. PRN's Garage Pass. Not narrow-minded, Garrow-minded.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Folks, we call that in the business a misclick. I did not mean to click on that, but we'll roll with the flow anyway. Brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Dabs, Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work with their insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and doing paintless tint repair at Danville Auto Body Shop. Rain showers and thunderstorms today, a high of 81, low tonight of 70, and you get about 3/4 of an inch of rain possible. Tomorrow, partly sunny and 84. Juneteenth Thursday, partly sunny and a high of 80. Mostly sunny Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 85 on Friday, 89 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday. 859-238-WHIR is your number to call in this morning, 238-9447. We do have a couple of more commercials to get to, so I'm going to circle back around, hit these commercials up, and then we'll come back and do Silliness at Sunrise. Like I said, I misclicked. Wrong thing, but we roll with the forecast anyway. Riley already started it.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly, expert service for all of your banking needs. This is Rita McIntyre for Boyle, Garrett, and Mercer counties. As part of your community, we are committed to building solid, long-term relationships. Call me at 859-733-4963. Let us show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At the Kentucky Opioid Response Effort, we are committed to supporting quality providers and programs that benefit Kentuckians. Because of this work, we know there are quality services and supports out there right now. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, the KY Help Call Center can connect you with resources right now when you call 833-8KY-HELP. You can also visit findhelpnowky.org to find treatment and recovery options that are right for you.
This is a message from Team Kentucky, sponsored by the Office of Drug Control Policy and aired by this station.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way. Right here on the Happy Station, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX. Go. Do, 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 do.
Hey, 69 degrees, Tuesday, the 17th day of June. 859-238-WHIR, phone number to call in. Let's get the dad joke of the day. 100% hilarious, so bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's sixth favorite segment on the Joe Show every morning, the dad joke of the day. Let's do it.
Dad joke of the day.
The dad joke of the day. I went in to apply for a job as a waiter. And the restaurant manager said, "Why should we hire you as a waiter?" And my response was simple. I said, well, for starters, I bring a lot to the table. Dad Joke of the Day, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Bah.
Welcome to the planet of the apps. All right, here we go. It's that time of the year that everybody starts talking about sports, the playoffs, and all the other stuff, but this is it. I'm saying always gamble responsibly. Listen to me, but the number one app, have you heard of Bet on Sports? This is it. Bet on Sports. It's the number one sportsbook app. It's a free app in the App Store. You get a sign-up bonus. It's incredible. Bet on Sports. I saw my friend Joe doing it the other day, and he said,
hey,
I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm going to. It's too easy. The NFL, the NCAA, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, PGA golf, tennis, so much more. Now, Bet on Sports. It's a mobile app for entertainment purposes only, not for a gambling operator. This means you, so it's 5-star rated. Once again, it's called Bet on Sports. I'm not saying you do, but if you had to, this is the one to have. 5-star rated. Rick D's right here in the Molten Magma every day. We call it the Planet of the Apps.
There you go, Ricky D's, the Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays right here on the Joe Show at this time. Leads us into this morning's Country Comic Spotlight, where Nate Bargatze is in the spotlight this morning. Nate Bargatze talking about the future and how he's going to relate to people in the future. Nate Bargatze, Country Comic Spotlight.
Hi, my name is Nate Bargatze. I'm from Tennessee. I'm from the 1900s. And I just think you got to say it. Like, the world is so future now, and I feel in the way of it. Hotels are futuristic. Like, you go, like, you take a shower, the shower's enclosed, but now a lot of hotels have half a glass, and water gets on the floor, and that's the future. That's what the future. That's what they want, and. You know, I would like a whole glass. They do half a glass because I'm still alive, so they're like, they don't want to hear me going, where's the glass at? So they do half a glass, and then the future, the floors are always wet. Every floor. I mean, I think I'm 44. My daughter's 11. When she's my age, it will be 2057. I don't even believe that's a real year. My movies didn't go that high in fake years. How am I going to talk to someone from 2057? I have more in common with a pilgrim.
Nate Bargatze, the Country Comic Spotlight. Rick D's in this morning's Planet of the Apps and the Dad Joke of the Day. Best jokes from last night's late night shows. Jimmy Fallon joking about President Donald Trump's military parade.
And get this, the White House is now claiming that over 250,000 people attended the parade. Yeah, it was an estimate, give or take 250,000.
Jimmy Fallon also joking about President Trump's new cell phone that he has.
Well, guys, everyone is talking about this. Today it was announced that President Trump is launching his own smartphone and wireless service called Trump Mobile. Yeah. A lot of words come to mind when you think of Trump, but mobile isn't really one of them. That's not the first thing that comes to mind.
Seth Meyers joking as well about President Trump's military parade on NBC's Late Night.
I'm sorry, what is that, a military parade or a G.I. Joe themed bar mitzvah? I don't know if that inspires awe so much as it inspires aw.
Seth Meyers joking about President Trump's 79th birthday over the weekend.
Saturday was President Trump's 79th birthday, but don't worry if you forgot, everyone did.
So with us at Sunrise, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon, Rick D's, Nate Bargatze, and the Dad Joke of the Day. We have it Mondays through Fridays right here on the Joe Show. We're back in 60 on 103.9 FM, WHIR. Hold on to your seats, folks. We got some exciting commercials coming your way. Two of the best right now.
Miss Daisy. Stacy, and I live in Harrodsburg.
Who did you work with Welch Homes Real Estate?
Rosalyn Drury. It was wonderful. We talked about exactly what I was looking for in a home, and she worked super hard. She was really good. I would highly recommend Rosalyn Drury. She is amazing and gives 110%.
Welcome home with Welch Homes.
Please secure any loose items. We're about to plunge 60 feet down Daredevil Falls. See a gazillion bubbles. And join a dance party for Dollywood's 40th anniversary. Up ahead, there's an exciting new light show with hundreds of pyro drones. But stay seated until we arrive at the Smoky Mountain Summer Celebration presented by Food City June 14th through August 3rd. Hang on and visit Dollywood.com.
Time out for sports this weekend with VSiN Sports Shows on WHIR AM 1230.
Hey, there we go. It is 7 o'clock in the morning, about 40 seconds away or so from it. Coming up at the 7 o'clock in the morning hour, we see what's breaking and trending at 7:10 here on the show. We have the County Agents Corner at 7:40 this morning. And in the 8 o'clock in the morning hour, Colleen, Boyle County Public Library at 8:10. Rambly-isms, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts. We have that at 8:20 this morning. James the Gardener at 8:40. Dusty at 9:10. Stith Funeral Home, a Tuesday with Stith at 9:35. I'm so glad to have you on the show this morning. Great start to the morning, and hope you got your cup of coffee ready. We're going to rock through this 7 o'clock in the morning hour together as well. Headline news is coming up next.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WIMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump is back at the White House this morning after leaving the G7 summit in Canada early. The president said his departure was due to the conflict between Israel and Iran and that he needed to focus on the matter.
Well, I have to be back. Very important. I want to just thank our great host. He did a fantastic job. Thank you in Canada. But you probably see what I see. And I have to be back as soon as I can.
Summit attendee, French President Emmanuel Macron told reporters he heard Trump was leaving to work on a ceasefire proposal. Trump fired off a response on social media insisting Macron had no idea why he was returning to Washington, but saying it certainly has nothing to do with a ceasefire. Trump did not take questions when he touched down overnight at Joint Base Andrews. Israeli bombs hit the studios of Iranian state TV during a live broadcast. The anchor leapt from her desk and smoke and rubble could be seen entering the studio. The broadcast then went dark. Iran has since resumed broadcasting, proclaiming the voice of the Islamic Revolution and the Great Iran will not be silenced with a military operation. Federal prosecutors are filing murder and stalking charges against a suspect accused of killing a Minnesota state lawmaker and her husband over the weekend. More from Tammy Trujillo.
That means Vance Bolter could face the death penalty if convicted. He's also charged with shooting and wounding Democratic State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. Minnesota Acting U.S. Attorney Joseph Thompson says Bolter visited the homes of two other lawmakers earlier with the intention of harming them, but one was not home and he was scared off by police at the home of the other. Over 45 state and federal officials were listed in Bolter's notebook as potential targets.
Stock futures are down this morning over concerns about the conflict between Israel and Iran. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I ended up going to a dentist, and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found the Brooks Night Guard. You mold it at home to the top or bottom teeth. Other mouth guards go all the way to the back, which allows the back teeth to touch. This is where most of the grinding and clenching occurs. The Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Order your Brooks Night Guard today and get 10% off plus free shipping. Go to brooksnightguard.com and enter the code BRUX95. That's BRUX95.
Stop your grinding. The ongoing anti-ICE protests in Los Angeles have cost the city nearly $20 million. Daniel Martindale with details.
City Administrative Officer Matt Sabo made the announcement on Monday. Nearly $17 million of the total is connected with the LAPD. Officers have earned more than $11 million in overtime in the past week and a half. There has also been an estimated $593,000 in damage to city buildings. It has cost more than $523,000 to clean streets and more than $85,000 to clean up graffiti. Sabo expects the totals to climb.
Karen Reed is being denied a motion to amend verdict slips as the jury deliberates in her murder retrial in Massachusetts. Reed explained why her lawyers wanted to add not guilty boxes to each of the lesser offenses, ranging from involuntary manslaughter to drunk driving.
I think what happened last year with the same verdict form explains that the jurors themselves found it confusing and have said as much, so we just wanted to avoid that again.
The lawyers say not having the not guilty option on those charges led to a deadlocked jury, but the judge disagreed. Her lawyers say Reed is being framed by police for the death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe. She's charged with second-degree murder, accused of hitting him with her SUV in 2022 and leaving him to die in a snowstorm. New Jersey's former Democratic senior senator Bob Menendez is heading to a federal prison today in Pennsylvania. That's 2.5 hours from his North Jersey home. Sarah Lee Kessler with more.
The former chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee is sentenced to 11 years behind bars for taking gold bars, cash, and a Mercedes from Egypt and from New Jersey businessmen in exchange for his clout. Menendez, who's 71, had hoped to remain free while appealing his conviction, but a federal appeals court denied his bail bid last week. He's expected to turn himself in Tuesday morning unless President Trump offers him a last-minute pardon.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Fitzgerald-Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
Good morning to you. It's Tuesday. It's the 17th day of June. Rain showers, cloudy skies, and thunderstorms, and a high today of 81. Forecast comes your way. News comes up here right now, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda here on the Bypass in Danville, where we make buying a vehicle easy. No fast talk, no high-pressure sales, no gimmicks or silly commercials. Just honest deals and a team that takes pride in doing business the right way. For over 75 years, we've built trust by treating our customers like family, offering fair prices and making sure you drive away with confidence. Stop by today and see just how easy it is to do business with us.
Come to Stuart Powell, we can do business.
Stop in at 225 South Danville Bypass.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Paint the Park is coming up in Danville. The event is held on July 3rd at Millennium Park, where you can reserve your 4x4 square to paint at Millennium Park. The event essentially helps beautify and make the park look even more unique for the big 4th of July fireworks celebration the next day. How can you register? Well, you pay $10 per 4x4 square on July 2nd when you go pick up your paint supplies at the Art Center of the Bluegrass. Then the next day, July 3rd, get out there and paint your square from 9 until 1. That'll give it an early 24-hour period to dry before the July 4th fireworks event at Millennium Park. For questions, contact Danville Boyle County Parks and Rec. The 106th Annual Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Awards Gala is set for Friday, September 26th. The evening is dedicated to celebrating the individuals, businesses, and organizations that help the Danville and Boyle County community thrive. Reach out to the Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce for information on what awards you can nominate people for and how to nominate them. An upcoming public meeting will discuss potentially allowing ATVs, side-by-sides, and golf carts on Boyle County roads. We told you last month that a new opinion issued by Boyle County Attorney Chris Herron forbade golf carts, ATVs, UTVs, and other special vehicles from being driven on Boyle County roads. Herron said that Kentucky statutes state that local and county governments can decide which roadways, if any, that golf carts can be driven on, but since the Boyle County Fiscal Court hadn't allowed it, it remained against the law. Now the Boyle County Fiscal Court wants to hear your opinion. The public meeting will be a week from today, Tuesday, June 24th, in the Intercounty Energy Community Room on Houstonville Road from 6 until 7:30. And one of the largest Juneteenth celebrations in the state happens in Harrodsburg, and this year is no different. The event will take place at West Lane Park, with events Thursday through Saturday. Those include the Miss Juneteenth pageant, line dancing, a Motown night on Friday night, the Little Miss and Mr. Juneteenth pageant, kids games, speakers, and the festival headlined by Nappy Roots on Saturday evening. For more information, visit the Heart of Kentucky Juneteenth celebration on Facebook. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
Curamed is a top-selling curcumin product in America for good reason. Curamed from Terry Naturally provides remarkable health benefits. Make sure you insist on a bestseller. Insist on Curamed. We're so confident Curamed will offer the results you deserve, we guarantee it, or your money back.
Curamed is on sale now, only at the Danville Nutrition Center. Save 25% off on both Curamed and Curamin for pain. Danville Nutrition Center is located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville.
Put your tummy in your tank at Papa's Quick Stop number 17, where convenience meets quality. Nestled on North Stewart's Lane, the former Bluegrass Truck Stop's now under new ownership and management, offering a fresh take for truck drivers and travelers. From juicy and crispy broaster chicken to delicious mouth-watering Hunt's Brothers Pizza. Available 24/7. Simply call 859-209-2400 for a speedy pickup. Premium quality diesels available for one truck or a fleet of trucks. Let Papa's Quick Stop be your perfect travel companion. Papa's Quick Stop number 17 in Danville, North Stewart's Lane looks forward to serving you.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Yes, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by our friends over at The Little Sign Shop. Need a sign, a banner, or decal fast? The owners and operators have got you covered all the way around. The Little Sign Shop. Full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, logo design in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. All right, rain showers, thunderstorm chances. A high today, 81. Most of that centered around the early evening hours. Tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms. A high tomorrow of 84. Juneteenth is Thursday. Partly sunny, high of 80. And Friday and Saturday, Harrodsburg, we mentioned Harrodsburg has one of the biggest Juneteenth celebrations really in the state. It's going to be a fun 3 days and nights of activity there at West Lane Park in Harrodsburg, and looking like really good weather for it, particularly Friday and Saturday. A little warm, but no rain. That's the key. Friday, mostly sunny and 85. Saturday, mostly sunny and 89. It's 7:11 in the morning, 70 degrees. So glad to have you on the Joe Show on this Tuesday morning. 859-238-WHIR to call in. 238-9447. A White House report suggesting that President Donald Trump's crypto empire, Trump coin, could be worth $1 billion as of now. And it sounds like everybody's getting into the crypto game. Check this out.
Hey, y'all, it's Todd Chrisley, and everybody's talking about all the different cryptocurrencies out there. Trump coins and Bitcoins and whatever coins. Well, I'm getting in on the action. Introducing new Chrisley coin.
What's a Chrisley coin?
I'm about to tell you, dummy. Chrisley coin is a cryptocurrency, and it's worth a fortune, y'all.
Okay, well, how do I get it?
You commit fraud, go to prison, and get pardoned, and then you say, hey, guess what? I have Chrisley coin, and then you have it.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
You don't make any sense. You ever think of that, huh?
Excuse me?
No, excuse me. You have a reality show, huh? You have a hot daughter? I don't think so. I have those things, and I have Chrisley coin, and I'm a star. You hear me?
Yikes.
Chrisley coin. Get it today, y'all.
There you go. Let's see what's breaking and trending right here on the Joe Show on this Tuesday morning. For now, a judge is extending an order blocking the Trump administration from banning international students at Harvard. The ruling in Boston federal court yesterday in the battle between the White House and the school pushed the temporary order to June 23rd. Lawyers for the administration argued Harvard cannot be trusted because the school isn't properly monitoring its students or sufficiently cracking down on anti-Semitism. Harvard's lawyers said the university is being retaliated against for not bending to the administration's demands. Almost 6,800 international students attended the Ivy League college this year. Purdue Pharma is entering a $7.4 billion settlement with 55 states and territories. The states and territories accuse the company behind OxyContin of fueling the nationwide opioid crisis by aggressively marketing its products. The settlement will also end the Sackler family's ownership of Purdue Pharma. Money from the settlement will go to state and local governments, individuals, and Native American tribes. Since 1999, there have been more than 850,000 opioid-related deaths in the U.S., according to the CDC. Mayor Karen Bass shortened downtown LA's nightly curfew to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. after a Sunday passed with no arrests, looting, or vandalism. The curfew, limited to a 1 square mile protest zone, began June 10th following violent demonstrations over President Trump's immigration raids and the arrival of 4,000 National Guard troops plus 700 Marines. Bass has not announced when the curfew will be completely lifted. Releasing their version of President Trump's big beautiful bill, the Senate Financial Committee Republicans propose slashing states' Medicaid provider taxes from 6% to 3.5% by 2031, steeper than the House freeze, prompting warnings about rural hospital funding. The draft keeps the state and local tax deduction capped at $10,000, not the $40,000 level favored by some House Republicans, and would boost the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. It also ends taxes on tips and auto loan interest, raises the child tax credit to $2,200, and makes earlier Trump tax cuts permanent. GOP leaders aim for Senate passage before July the 4th, but several Republicans say big changes are still needed. Amid LA immigration protests, State Senators Scott WHIR and Jesse Araguin, I don't know if I'm saying either one of those names right, introduced the No Secret Police Act. Their bill bars local, state, and federal officers from covering their faces while dealing with the public and requires visible name or badge numbers. Exemptions apply to SWAT operations, wildfire smoke masks, and see-through visors that you wear during a riot. WHIR called face-covered officers secret police who erode trust. Araguin said the measure also thwarts impersonators. The proposal follows several days of masked federal agents backing immigration raids and would apply statewide if passed. Federal and local prosecutors laid out chilling new details about Vance Bolter, the 57-year-old accused of killing former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman. After visiting 2 other elected officials' homes, Bolter finally stormed the Hortmans' Brooklyn Park home, killing both spouses after an exchange of gunfire with arriving police. He escaped, texted relatives that Dad went to war last night, and sparked a 36-hour manhunt before officers captured him near his farm on Sunday. At a press conference yesterday, FBI Special Agent in charge, Minneapolis field office, said the killing of Minnesota state legislator was a targeted attack.
This was a targeted attack against individuals who answered the call to public service.
It was said Bolter was found at Representative Hortman's door and entered after exchanging fire.
When Bolter saw the officers get out of the car, he drew his weapon and began firing. He rushed into the house through the front door, firing into it. He repeatedly fired into the house, and when he entered, he murdered Representative Hortman and her husband, Mark.
Officials call the attacks a planned political assassination and warn further charges could come if anyone is found to have helped him. That's what's breaking and trending this morning right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. It's 7:16 in the morning. It is 69 degrees, Tuesday, the 17th day of June, and we've got sports with the Kentucky News Network. Coming up next on WHIR.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
At Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, we are proud to be your hometown dealer for many reasons. Selection, service, convenient location, and our people. your friends, family, and neighbors. Since 1949 at Stuart Powell, we make it easy. Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. Visit us on the bypass in Danville or online at stuartpowell.com.
Happy Tuesday. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Let's talk sports here on the Kentucky News Network, starting with men's college basketball. University of Kentucky guard Colin Chandler, along with Trent Noah, took time to talk to the media yesterday. Chandler, as a freshman, of course, played in 30 games. He's just one of 4 players returning for Coach Mark Pope this season. The former Utah Gatorade Player of the Year and #1 player in the state who averaged just under 22 points per game in high school admits he's faced some change in Lexington.
There was a mental change of trying to get back to where I want to be, but also I don't want to be the same player that I was. There's a lot of things that I would need to change. If I was coming from high school to playing here, there's a lot of things that I need to change. I kind of took it as, why not just change right now to what I'm supposed to be, what I need to be to play here, rather than looking backward, if that makes sense.
At the NBA Finals last night.
Slashing left away from Nemhart, down the lane, high off the window. Sits home. A high arcing right-hand layup. Thunder 110, the Pacers 97. Is this young team something? Answering the call in Game 5. Jalen Williams, massive, with 37.
Former Santa Clara Bronco Jalen Williams exploded for a playoff career-high 40 points as Oklahoma City gets a 120-109 win over the Pacers. Thunder guard and former Wildcat Shai Gilgeous-Alexander admits Williams, he's a great teammate.
He can do so many things on the basketball court. And then he has, really good feel and really good work ethic. And when you have those two things, you're going to figure it out. You're going to get better, and you're going to just continue to mold your game the more you work and figure out your spots.
Pacers will try to stave off elimination in Game 6 in Indy on Thursday. Meanwhile, talks continued yesterday between the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson. The team and the star defensive pass rusher continued to be at odds over salary. And Murray State's magical run at the College World Series ended yesterday. They fall to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Meanwhile, the Louisville Cardinals will try to stay alive today as they take on Coastal Carolina. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the... David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription. And I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it, because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. It makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Do you set a good safety example for your child on the farm? Your child will respond to your concern for safety if they see you practicing safety in your daily routine. Always follow the one seat, one rider rule by not allowing any extra riders. Stop equipment when a non-working person approaches. Follow all equipment safety instructions, and remember to reinforce safety rules. These simple acts will help ensure your child is aware that safety comes first on the farm.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by the Big Deals Online Store. HometownLive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals Online Store is at HometownLive.net. Rain showers and thunderstorms today, mostly centered into the early evening hours. A high today of 81, low tonight 70. Tomorrow 84 with sunshine. Juneteenth Thursday, showers likely, high of 80. Friday mostly sunny and 85. Saturday 89. Sunday 91. 7:21 in the morning right now. 70 degrees Tuesday, the 17th day of June. We're so glad you're on the show. 859-238 WHIR to call in this morning, 238-9447. Hey, this is interesting. Lennon and McCartney are working together again. but maybe not in the way that you think. The Beatles' sons have united to make music together because, of course, they did. Ringo Starr's son, Zach Starkey, who's been in the news off and on because he was a drummer for The Who and then got fired, then came back, then got fired again. Zach Starkey, Ringo's son, joined forces with Sean Ono Lennon, the only son of John and Yoko, as well as Paul McCartney's son, James McCartney, for a song called Rip Off, which the 59-year-old Zach Starkey shared a clip of on Instagram a couple of days ago on June the 15th. Now, Sean Lennon and James McCartney, Sean's 49, James is the youngest, McCartney's boy, he's 47. They joined Starkey's supergroup called Mantra of the Cosmos that also includes Oasis bass player Andy Bell, along with a couple of other people from the group Happy Mondays, to provide vocals. Rip Off is kind of a genre-bending song. It has elements reminiscent of the Beatles, but very much their own sound as well. It's the first time that three of the Beatles' children have come together to work on music together. The first question people asked was, what about Danny Harrison, George Harrison's boy? Apparently, he was asked to join. He just politely declined. There's no beef there between George Harrison's son and the other three boys. The Fab Four, at least three of the four, came together, and I've got the clip of what it sounds like. We'll play a little clip of it. This brand new song released by the Beatles, three of the four Beatles sons at least, a song called Rip Off. Here it is. Well, there we go. Can't click off of it, I guess.
Haven't made my point yet. Come back to me.
There you go. Rip Off. This was posted on Zach Starkey. Again, that's Ringo Starr's son, on his Instagram page. I'm sure this will be released sometime soon. It doesn't sound like it's the greatest quality, to be quite honest, but that was released over the weekend by three of the four Beatle boys. I guess we can call them that. 859-238-WHIR. Phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. There is an Italian museum that is making news because they're calling on the patrons of the museum to respect their art after a couple was filmed breaking a chair that was covered in hundreds of glittering crystals because they pretended to sit in it. Well, that just spawns a brand new show called the Broken Antiques Roadshow.
Coming to TV, watch as our appraisers discuss the value of damaged items. It's Broken Antique Roadshow.
And what do you have here?
Well, this used to be a companion piece to the Mona Lisa. It's the male version. But then my husband got drunk and put it in the pizza oven, so it's all charred.
Well, are you sitting down? To the right collector, this painting could have been worth $12 million. But, it's ruined, so I'll give you $6, I guess.
Oh, man.
It's all coming up on Broken Antique Roadshow.
I have this Fabergé egg, too. At least it used to be until my toddler threw it like a football.
Yeah, why do you keep all this stuff in your house, lady?
Don't miss it.
Hey, the GOAT is so back. World-class competitive eater Joey Chestnut is back in the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest coming up on July the 4th. Now, if you remember, this was as big a news as you could get in the world of eating hot dogs, when last year it was announced Joey Chestnut was not going to be in the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest because he had a sponsorship deal with a plant-based product company called Impossible Foods. So he was sponsored by a company that prides itself on eating plants, plant-based foods. So guess Nathan's, which to me I think is silly, the guy should be able to be sponsored by whoever. He's the greatest competitive eater of all time. Why you people watch your competition to see how many hot dogs Joey Chestnut can throw down his gullet? So why are you pushing him out of the competition? We don't want to watch it anymore. We want to watch Joey Chestnut. Let the guy be sponsored by whoever. It'd be like the radio station kicking me off the air because I'm sponsored by Nike. I know that Nike is not in the broadcasting business, but just let the guy be sponsored. He's still the greatest of all time. The top-ranked competitive eating legend who's won the contest 16 times struck a deal with Major League Eating. They've settled the dispute. He's going to get back on the Coney Island stage now. He'll be facing off against last year's champ, Patrick Bertoletti, who took the crown eating 58 hot dogs. Now, he won last year, but Joey Chestnut's record is 72 or something like that. So the guy that won did it eating far less hot dogs than we all know Joey Chestnut can eat. So the Buns are back in business. Joey's ready to reclaim his title. Joey Chestnut making a comeback at the Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest. It was announced yesterday, and he'll be back on the Coney Island stage competing in that. It's 7:27 in the morning, 69 degrees on the Joe Show on this Tuesday, June the 17th on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Back in 90 seconds, right here on the Joe Show.
Summertime, 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 summertime.
We're all ready for some summertime fun and at a big deals price. Go to Beach Band Park and Splash Lagoon Water Park with admission tickets just $30 at Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. They're determined and dedicated to providing safe, clean fun for all guests this summer. Beach Band has rides for everyone in the family, including the nationally recognized Kentucky Rumbler wooden roller coaster. There's the whole family ride, the wet adventure down the Whitewater Express. And there's plenty of fun at Splash Lagoon Water Park. A day of summer fun, plus included with your admission ticket, you get free parking, free sunscreen, free tubes, all at Beach Bend Park in Bowling Green. Just a 2-hour drive away, so get ready to pack up and go to Beach Bend Park with admission tickets just $30 for a full day of fun in the sun. Go to hometownlive.net and click on Big Deals.
So shop now.
Shop now, buy now. Also save $5 on Pioneer Playhouse tickets.
At Monticello Bank, helping your business thrive is our business. We offer a variety of products designed to make banking easier. Whether your company is large or small, you can count on us to provide accounts, loans, and other services built around the way you do business, including e-deposit, our remote deposit capture system, and merchant processing. Speak with one of our representatives and let us help you solve your business financial needs today. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, equal housing lender on the Danville Bypass.
Listen to WHIR online at hometownlive.net, powered by Kentucky, YMAX.com.
$7:30 in the morning, K&N News is coming your way here on the Joe Show. Hey, Randyisms not on this morning. Randy's taken, he said, his granddaughter to cheerleading camp. So he's where he needs to be with his granddaughter. And so we'll skip over Randyisms today at 8:20. We do have the County Agents Corner, however, coming your way here in about 10 minutes on the Joe Show. That'll be with Tyler Ray on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. And live online at hometownlive.net, powered by Kentucky WMAX. 7:30 in the morning. News is now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A man faces charges after firing at landscapers and police officers from his Boone County home. This incident happened last Thursday on Saunders Lane in Union's Triple Crown neighborhood when 47-year-old Muhammad Jabrini allegedly fired shots at landscapers, barricaded himself inside his home, then fired shots at officers. While no landscapers or officers were injured in this incident, Jabrini was injured after being struck as officers returned fire. Jabrini remains hospitalized and for now facing 10 counts of attempted murder. Hey, Louisville, the Goss Avenue Kroger is back. Here's Jack Crumley.
The Kroger store in Germantown had parts shut down on Friday because of evidence of rodents, and then Kroger completely closed the store Sunday to fully deal with the issue. Customer Ben Vincent spoke to WLKY.
I've been living up here for 23 years, and they've always been good. I don't have anything bad to say about them until this happened.
Kroger workers had to turn people like him away on Sunday, but a company spokesperson says necessary steps were taken to eliminate the source of the rodent infestation, and the Goss Avenue supermarket has now reopened. I'm Jack Crumley.
WLKY also spoke to another regular customer, Kelly Doherty, and she was surprised about the news.
I've come to this Kroger a bunch of times, and I'm surprised to hear that happened here, and also surprised that I didn't find out until I got here.
A Northern Kentucky city named as one of the best small cities in the country for food and drink. That's according to Food and Wine, who ranked 11 small cities as part of their 2025 Global Tastemakers Awards. Covington, fourth on the list due to the food and drink culture stemming from being where the North meeting the South, being on Kentucky's Bourbon Trail, its thriving arts and culture scenes, and a vibrant downtown with more. Covington was the only city in Kentucky to appear on the list. The top spot, Asheville, North Carolina. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hi, this is Don, your small business marketing expert. It's never been more important to keep in touch with current and potential customers. So whether you need to let your current customers know that you're open, get new customers for your business, or just generate more cash flow, radio can help. And radio dominates the car. Over 80% of people in their cars overwhelmingly use radio before going shopping. No other media comes close. Also, if the budget is important, radio has the best ROI of any media. That's right, it beats the internet, TV, billboard, and all other media. Your dollars reach more people and work harder with radio. So call us today and find out how radio can help grow your business.
Hi, I'm Robert Wagner, General Manager at Hometown Radio Network. Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to AdvertiseCentralKentucky.com. That's AdvertiseCentralKentucky.com.
Hi, I'm Alan Martin, Branch Manager at Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has supported communities that we call home since 1903. With locations in Boyle and Mercer counties, Community Trust Bank is a full-service bank dedicated to helping you meet your lending needs and financial goals. Please stop by and see me at our Danville main office located at 462 West Main Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loans subject to credit approval.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Paint the Park is coming up in Danville. The event is held on July 3rd at Millennium Park, where you can reserve your 4x4 square to paint at Millennium Park. The event essentially helps beautify and make the park look even more unique for the big 4th of July fireworks celebration the next day. How can you register? Well, you pay $10 per 4x4 square on July 2nd when you go pick up your paint supplies at the Art Center of the Bluegrass. Then the next day, July 3rd, get out there and paint your square from 9 until 1. That'll give it an early 24-hour period to dry before the July 4th fireworks event at Millennium Park. For questions, contact Danville Boyle County Parks and Rec. The 106th Annual Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Awards Gala is set for Friday, September 26th. The evening is dedicated to celebrating the individuals, businesses, and organizations that help the Danville and Boyle County community thrive. Reach out to the Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce for information on what awards you can nominate people for and how to nominate them. An upcoming public meeting will discuss potentially allowing ATVs, side-by-sides, and golf carts on Boyle County roads. We told you last month that a new opinion issued by Boyle County Attorney Chris Herron forbade golf carts, ATVs, UTVs, and other special vehicles from being driven on Boyle County roads. Herron said that Kentucky statutes state that local and county governments can decide which roadways, if any, that golf carts can be driven on, but since the Boyle County Fiscal Court hadn't allowed it, it remained against the law. Now the Boyle County Fiscal Court wants to hear your opinion. The public meeting will be a week from today, Tuesday, June 24th, in the Inter-County Energy Community Room on Houstonville Road from 6 until 7:30. And one of the largest Juneteenth celebrations in the state happens in Harrodsburg, and this year is no different. The event will take place at West Lane Park, with events Thursday through Saturday. Those include the Miss Juneteenth pageant, line dancing, a Motown night on Friday night, the Little Miss and Mr. Juneteenth pageant, kids games, speakers, and the festival headlined by Nappy Roots on Saturday evening. For more information, visit the Heart of Kentucky Juneteenth celebration on Facebook. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Lee's Famous Recipe's been serving the best chicken in Danville since 1972. Lee's is proud to serve up money-saving $6 meals that include 2 strips or 2 pieces of dark meat, livers, or gizzards, your choice of a side, plus a home-style buttermilk biscuit and drink, all of it just $6. Don't feel like cooking? Feed the family with an 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece meal that comes with large shareable sides and home-style buttermilk biscuits. For your next get-together, call Lee's, the expert caterers, at 859-236-8777. Visit Lee's Famous Recipe, the chicken specialist in Danville on South 4th.
Experience family fun with a Kentucky twist at Kentucky Kingdom Theme and Water Park. New for 2025, surround yourself with the beauty of Kentucky as you explore Discovery Meadow, a delightful new adventure featuring exciting new rides, beloved characters, and tasty treats to savor. Create unforgettable family memories while celebrating the bold spirit of Kentucky. Get 2 days of fun for one great price. Buy online only for just $49.99 at KentuckyKingdom.com/special offer.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Call Mark Dexter or Chris Reitmeyer, 859-236-6686. Rain showers, thunderstorms today, a high of 81, a low tonight of 70. Tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms, and a high tomorrow of 84. On Juneteenth, Thursday, partly sunny, 80 with rain shower chances. The weekend is good, but it is hot. Right now, 7:38 in the morning, 69 degrees. Tyler Ray joins the show from the Boyle County Extension. Tyler, you there? All I hear is static. Okay, I assume that the rain has something to do with that. Let's see if we can get Tyler on another way. While we do that, let's get NBC Sports in here. We'll work on getting Tyler on.
Jalen Williams went off for a playoff career-high 40 to help the Thunder down the Pacers, now just a win away from an NBA title. Head coach Mark Daignault says Williams was aggressive.
Great force. I mean, that's the word. And we've used that word with him in his development. And when he's at his best, he's playing with that type of force. And that was an unbelievable performance by him.
Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton dealing with a calf injury, 0 for 6 from the field. He'll try to stave off elimination in Game 6 Thursday in Indy. In his first pitching outing in nearly 2 years, Shohei Ohtani gave up a run through just an inning of work, also drove into as the Dodgers beat the Padres. At the Men's College World Series, Arkansas's Gage Wood tossed the third no-hitter in tournament history, and the first since 1960 in the Razorbacks' win over Murray State. Wood also struck out 19, a College World Series record for a 9-inning game. That's sports. I'm Ronza Moss.
There you go. It's 7:40 in the morning. All right, I think we're going to get Tyler squared away here. He said it sounded like it was popping popcorn on the phone line. And so I gave him a different line to call, and here he is right now. Hey, Tyler, you there?
I'm here.
Good stuff. Tyler Ray is on here from the Boyle County Extension Office to give us the County Agent's Corner. It's brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Tyler Ray.
Summer is here, and we've already experienced a little bit of heat and humidity. People aren't the only ones who suffer when the temperatures rise. Farm animals feel it too. You can recognize when livestock may be in danger from the heat and what you can do to increase their comfort. Livestock become uncomfortable when the heat index reaches about 90 degrees. The heat index is a combination of air temperature and humidity, and it is used to describe how it feels outside. The University of Kentucky Agricultural Weather Center regularly monitors heat indices across the state and provides its own heat stress could create problems for their animals. The county-by-county index indicates 3 levels of heat stress: no stress, danger stress, and emergency stress. Periods of heat stress calls for livestock producers to be vigilant in making sure their animals are adequately prepared. One of the most important things you can do is provide cool, clean drinking water. Providing an adequate source of drinking water helps farm animals keep internal body temperature within normal limits. You should shade above ground water lines so they don't act as solar water heaters and make the water too hot for the animals to drink. It's also important to have shade and for buildings to be as open as possible for adequate ventilation. For more information on livestock management or ag weather, contact your local cooperative extension office. And that's the Day's Home and Farm Show. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, a service of the Boyle, Lincoln, Mercer, and Garrett UK Extension Office.
There you go. Tyler Ray giving us the County Agent's Corner. Brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Tyler, before you go, some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Tyler, are you ready?
Sure.
All right, Tyler, here we go. Fact number 1, the human brain is a very efficient thinker. With roughly 100 billion neurons, our brain uses just 12 watts of power, which is less than an average light bulb. In contrast, a typical laptop processor needs about 150 watts compared to our 12 in our brain. The world's fastest supercomputers use over 21 million watts for all their applications, and one AI system simulating a human brain's thought process, one AI system would require around 2.7 billion watts. So regardless of all the computers, all the AI systems they come up with, nothing can top, Tyler, the human brain.
I believe it.
Yeah. Number 2, it is quite possible to literally be allergic to other people. You can be allergic to other people. Now, I would think that and then this is my thought process. I would think, Tyler, like if you have a cat and I'm allergic to cats, that if you come around me, even without your cat around, that like maybe it makes me sneeze. Where I'm kind of allergic to you, but really it's your cat that I'm allergic to because you have like the cat dander or whatever on you. That's where I think they're going with this fact. I could be way wrong. It doesn't say anything after the 7 words or whatever I read to you. It's possible to literally be allergic to other people. That's all it says. But that's kind of where my 12-watt of power brain is going with that.
I'd like some more detail on that.
Yeah, we need more detail. Number 3, a wombat has a poop that is cube-shaped. Scientists think it helps keep their droppings from rolling away, which wombats then use to mark their territory. Cube-shaped poop. Number 4, it's illegal to burn a foreign country's flag in Denmark, but it's legal to burn the Danish flag in Denmark. So you can't burn other countries' flags, but you can burn your own flag in Denmark. And number 5, Tyler, do you know what a contronym is?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, contronym is a word that can mean 2 things that are the opposite. I'll give you an example. Like the word rent can mean you're the one renting something out, or you're the one that is doing the renting of that place that the person is renting out. It has 2 different meanings, the opposite meanings, for the same word. There you go. The County Agent Corner. Tyler, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Okay.
All right, Tyler. Talk to you later. Bye. That's Tyler Ray with the County Agent's Corner, 7:45 in the morning, Tuesday, the 17th day of June. We see what's going on out west in Hollywood. Coming your way next on The Joe Show.
I was clean with Petra. I was young and an actress. When you knelt by my mattress and asked for my hand.
Pioneer Playhouse is celebrating 76 years in the Bluegrass. We are Kentucky's oldest outdoor theater, and we're right here in Danville. Don't miss our 76th anniversary season under the stars. Our 76th season in the Bluegrass kicks off with The Game's Afoot, a Sherlock Holmes mystery, June 6th through June 28th. Sherlock Holmes meets Clue in his funny, fast-paced murder mystery comedy set in a spooky mansion with a suspiciously sublime lineup of suspects. A whodunit that will keep you guessing and giggling until the very end. Rated PG. In case of light rain, shows will continue outdoors. Rain checks will be given if show is canceled due to severe weather. Pioneer Playhouse is located at 840 Stanford Road in Danville. Dinner and show only $40. $22 for just the show. Kids rates and group discounts available. Reservations must be made online or by calling the box office. 859-236-2747 or go to pioneerplayhouse.com for tickets. When the sun goes down, the stars come out at Pioneer Playhouse.
Happy Tuesday. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Let's talk sports here on the Kentucky News Network, starting with men's college basketball. University of Kentucky guard Colin Chandler, along with Trent Noah, took time to talk to the media yesterday. Chandler is a freshman, of course, played in 30 games. He's just one of 4 players returning for Coach Mark Pope this season. The former Utah Gatorade Player of the Year and #1 player in the state who averaged just under 22 points per game in high school admits he's faced some change in Lexington.
There was a mental change of trying to get back to where I want to be, but also I don't want to be the same player that I was. There's a lot of things that I would need to change. If I was coming from high school to playing here, there's a lot of things that I need to change. I kind of took it as, why not just change right now to what I'm supposed to be, what I need to be to play here, rather than looking backward, if that makes sense.
At the NBA Finals last night.
Slashing left away from Nemhart, down the lane, high off the window. Sits home. A high arcing right-hand layup. Thunder 110, the Pacers 97. Is this young team something? Answering the call in Game 5. Jalen Williams, massive, with 37.
Former Santa Clara Bronco Jalen Williams exploded for a playoff career-high 40 points as Oklahoma City gets a 120-109 win over the Pacers. Thunder guard and former Wildcat Shai Gilgeous-Alexander admits Williams, he's a great teammate.
He can do so many things on the basketball court. And then he has, really good feel and really good work ethic. And when you have those two things, you're going to figure it out. You're going to get better, and you're going to just continue to mold your game the more you work and figure out your spots.
Pacers will try to stave off elimination in Game 6 in Indy on Thursday. Meanwhile, talks continued yesterday between the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson. The team and the star defensive pass rusher continue to be at odds over salary. And Murray State's magical run at the College World Series ended yesterday. They fall to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Meanwhile, the Louisville Cardinals will try to stay alive today as they take on Coastal Carolina. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the...
Hey, it's me again, your radio. Have you noticed about any form of entertainment these days digs a big hole in the family budget? I mean, whether you catch a ball game, hit a movie, or even that cable TV, whoa, you are going to pay up. Now, may I direct your attention to the 800-pound gorilla in the room that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg? Me, your radio. Ever wonder who pays for all this? Announcers, people behind the scenes, and don't even get me started on music royalties, so you get your favorite songs for free. These unsung heroes are our advertisers. They make it possible for you to get this cool radio stuff for free. So why not thank them? That's right, support our advertisers. They've got great deals, important services, and more. It's almost like we went to the dictionary and looked up win-win. Let's review. Support our advertisers and keep radio free. Trust me, nobody wants a coin-operated radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
As prescription costs rise, many Medicare beneficiaries are having difficulty keeping up. If you or someone you know is finding it difficult to pay for prescriptions, the Kentucky Department for Aging and Independent Living State Health Insurance Assistance Program may be able to help. SHIP counselors can guide you to money-saving prescription assistance programs, including a program that helps pay for Medicare Part D plan costs for limited-income seniors. For more information, call 1-877-293-7447.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Thank you there, Rayleigh Joe. That's awfully sweet of you. Brought to you by our friends at All Together Recovery Center, Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving, compassionate care for drug and alcohol addiction. All Together Recovery Center is now open, and they're right here in Danville. Rain showers are today, and they're happening starting about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. High of 81, a low tonight 70 tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. 84 is the high. Juneteenth is Thursday. Partly sunny. 80s the high. That'll start the activities and festivities there in Harrodsburg. They have a really big, great Juneteenth celebration. 3 days in Harrodsburg. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And weekend is looking good. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sunny and pretty warm. Up to 91 is the high on Sunday. 7:51, 69 degrees here on the Joe Show. So glad to have you aboard, tuned in, and keeping you up to date on what's going on here in the Danville and Boyle County area. The phone number to call in is 859-238-WHIR. We'd love to have you right here on the show, 238-9447, to get birthdays and anniversaries right here on the radio. And we'd love to have more people to celebrate with. We got a good list of names this morning, 11 names on this morning's birthday list. And we'll give you those here in just a second. Happy birthday, if I can get it loaded up here. Happy birthday to these people. Not Katie Sheen, that was yesterday. Chris Stewart, Misty McCoy, Jeff Glasscock, Caitlin Fay, John Humphrey, Vicky Terry, Ian Gabriel, Joyce Bowling, Gwen Mitchell, Lisa Douglas, and Charlotte Jackson are all having birthdays on this Tuesday morning.
They call it stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Woke up on a groovy Tuesday. Everything is Tuesday. Feeling lightheaded and woozy. Tuesday afternoon is never ending. Tuesday's gone with the wind. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Cruisers on the front of me.
Yeah, let's see what's going on out west in Hollywood. The showbiz segment, Celebrity News. I clicked on the wrong music. I clicked on my Grub Gab music. We do not want that playing. We want our Celebrity News music playing. Boy, I tell you what, I'm all discombobulated here this hour. Let's get Melton's Deli in Danville. We'll go ahead and give them a read and talk about the great sandwiches they have. Then we'll circle back around to get our World of Weird. Melton's Deli in Danville. Let's go with the French dip sandwich. It's thin-shaved lean roast beef with provolone cheese served on toasted 6-inch sub buns with a side of au jus sauce for dipping. The new French dip sandwich at Melton's Deli in Danville, 247 East Main. Don't hold me to this. And if this is wrong, don't blame me, blame somebody else. But I think the French dip sandwich is just at the downtown location. Again, if I'm wrong, I apologize to all affected parties. But I think it is just at the East Main location. The French dip sandwich, if you go to the Danville Cinemas 8 location and they have it, then you can say all kinds of nasty, bad things about me. Just don't say it to my face. The French dip sandwich, it's your sandwich of the day at Melton's Deli in Danville, 247 East Main and 995 Ben Ally Drive. Okay, now let's see what's going on out west in Hollywood. The showbiz segment, those people so rich and famous they are disassociated with reality. Our rule of thumb, if a celebrity does it, says it, or thinks it, you should do say and think the opposite. The showbiz segment, here we go. All right, when it comes to Kendrick Lamar, Drake probably should just take the L and move on. You lost, buddy. You got dissed at the Super Bowl. 150 quadrillion people are watching. Just move on. But for some reason, he can't. And he keeps burying himself even further. A Canadian politician named Jamit Singh was spotted at Kendrick Lamar's show in Toronto. Now, Drake is Canadian, right? So he thinks that this Canadian politician should be on his side. And Drake wasn't cool that this Toronto politician was at this Kendrick Lamar show. He actually posted a picture of a message he sent to Singh saying, quote, "You're a goof." Singh actually apologized for this, saying he went for the opener SZA and not for Kendrick. He had a quote, "I shouldn't have gone at all. For me, it'll always be Drake over Kendrick." But the internet saw it for what it was. Drake digging himself into a deeper and deeper hole. One person summed it up perfectly, quote, "The fight is over. It was a devastating knockout, but somehow months later, Drake is still on the canvas, punching himself in the head." Eric Dane from Grey's Anatomy set for an interview with Diane Sawyer to discuss his battle with ALS. also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, and aired yesterday morning. The news isn't great. Eric revealed he only has one functioning arm. Quote, my left side is functioning. My right side has completely stopped working. I feel like maybe a couple of more months and I won't have my left hand either. It's pretty sobering. There was even a time where he had to be saved by his 13-year-old daughter after he jumped into some water and realized he didn't have the strength to swim. She dragged me back to the boat. I was heartbroken. Still, he's not giving up. Quote, all I want to do is spend time with my family and work a little bit if I can. I don't think this is the end of my story. I just don't feel like in my heart, I don't feel like this is the end of me. And story number 3, there was a Pedro Pascal lookalike contest in New York City on Sunday, hosted by a Mexican restaurant called Sun de North. The winner was 42-year-old George Guntas, a lighting designer on Comedy Central's The Daily Show. He was convinced to show up by co-workers and his wife. Hey, you kind of look like Pedro Pascal. Go to this thing. He beat out 26 other contestants, and guess what he won? $50 and a year's worth of burritos. The owners of Sun del North were looking for a way to celebrate their first anniversary and were inspired by Timothée Chalamet's lookalike contest that went viral last year. And Gutas has a message for his most famous double. Quote, let's hang out and have a beer and make a new friend. Vamos, Pedro, let's go. The winner of the Pedro Pascal lookalike contest got $50 and a year worth of burritos. Eric Dane battles with ALS. The Kendrick feud should be over, but Drake is still embarrassing himself. That's what's going on out west in Hollywood. The showbiz segment, the world of absolute weird. It's 7:57. James the Gardener's going to be on here in the next hour. I see James right now, taking a break and relaxing. I'm sure he's about to go out and get some work done. We're back in 90 seconds right here on The Joe Show.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years. And I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription. And I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is a place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails, too. Braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya. See ya.
Catch the best of Sean Hannity, Saturday mornings, 10 to 1 on WHIR.
Hey. 7:59 in the morning, coming up on 8 o'clock, where at 8:10, Colleen joins us, Boyle County Public Library. No Randyisms this morning. No Randy Graham thoughts at 8:20. James the Gardener, though, gives us some thoughts. He'll be on here at around 8:40 or so this morning. Dusty in the 9 o'clock hour, the Kentucky Music Preview. We'll discuss what's going on with Dusty in the world of music. And then 9:35 Tuesday with Stiff. But we got top hour news coming your way now. NBC News keeps us abreast on what's going on around the state, sometimes, but mostly nation and world. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're halfway home.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock. NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump is expected to meet with his National Security Council today after leaving the G7 summit in Canada early. The president said his departure was due to the deadly military conflict between Israel and Iran and his need to focus on the matter. NBC's Matt Bodner in Washington.
Trump will be convening his National Security Council in the Situation Room upon his return to Washington. Adding to the sense of urgency, Trump posted on Truth Social in all caps that, quote, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, before then urging the 10 million residents of Tehran to immediately evacuate the city, all without providing further detail.
The ongoing anti-ICE protests in Los Angeles has cost the city nearly $20 million. This military veteran tells KTLA he fought for the right to protest.
I serve this country to defend the Constitution, so it gives people like these folks, as well as the MAGA folks, that right to express themselves. Doesn't matter if people agree with this or they agree with MAGA, everyone has that right here in this country.
City Administrative Officer Matt Zasbo announced the current total costs on Monday. Nearly $17 million on the total is connected with the LAPD. Officers have earned more than $11 million in overtime in the past week and a half. There's also been an estimated $593,000 in damage to city buildings. The man accused of killing a Minnesota state lawmaker and her husband is facing federal murder and stalking charges. Minnesota Acting U.S. Attorney Joseph Thompson said Vance Belter visited the homes of two other lawmakers with the intention of harming them, but no one was at home, and he was scared off by police at the other home.
He went to their homes, held himself out as a police officer, and shot them in cold blood.
Belter is also charged with shooting Democratic State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins yet? Because if you haven't, you're missing out on technology that changes how you think about shoes. First, these are not just regular slip-on shoes. They're not just a pair of loafers without laces. But what makes them different is the technology inside that lets you just step into them. There's a built-in hidden shoehorn that slides your foot in, so they look, feel, and wear just like a pair of shoes you're used to. Except you don't have to bend down, struggle to put them on, or touch them. Try them at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Today is the day that former longtime New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez goes to prison. Scott Pringle reports.
The Democrat is starting his 11-year prison sentence in Pennsylvania after being found guilty of a bribery scheme involving Menendez accepting cash, gold bars, and a Mercedes, as well as acting as a foreign agent for Egypt. Menendez still insists he's innocent and was hoping for a last-minute pardon from President Trump. Menendez's wife, Nadine, she'll be sentenced in September after she was found guilty in the scheme.
SpaceX has completed another successful Falcon 9 rocket launch from the coast of Santa Barbara County. Daniel Martindale with more.
The launch from Vandenberg Space Force Base happened just after 8:30 Monday night. The rocket took 26 Starlink internet satellites into low Earth orbit. It was the third flight for the first stage rocket booster supporting the mission.
California lawmakers are introducing a bill that would prohibit all levels of law enforcement officers from covering their faces. Lisa Taylor with more.
Democratic Senator Scott WHIR says the bill stems from federal law enforcement operations in Los Angeles and other parts of the state in which agents' faces are hidden.
It's all new and unprecedented. We have not had an aspiring fascist dictator in this country who's trying to create a police state with secret police. That's what's happening right now.
There are exceptions to SB 627, known as the No Secret Police Act. WHIR says riot gear would be okay because the mask is a transparent face shield.
The ice promises to be a hot place tonight as the Stanley Cup final continues. The Panthers have a chance to clinch their second straight championship when they square off against the Edmonton Oilers for Game 6 from Sunrise, Florida. Panthers forward Matthew Tkachuk says they know what's at stake.
It's no secret. Cup's in the building. It's going to be the toughest test, biggest game. We're just excited to be back home, and we're excited to hopefully keep that going.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
The Bread of Life Cafe in Casey County, Highway 127, proudly serves several all-you-can-eat buffets. Start out with the lunch buffet, $13.99. Thursday, after 4, seniors 55 and older can experience the buffet for $9.99. Friday, after 4, swimming for the seafood buffet, $19.99. Saturday morning breakfast buffet, 7 till 10:30, $10.99. And Saturday, after 4, make your way to the evening buffet for $14.99. Feed your tummy and your soul with a visit to the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday night, Friday and Saturday till 9.
Spring's finally here, and that means spring cleaning. While you're cleaning, the folks at your local electric cooperative encourage you to check for electrical safety hazards. Start in the bathroom and kitchen. Do the outlets in those rooms have ground fault circuit interrupters? Then move on to the rest of the house, paying special attention to extension cords. Check all your cords to make sure they're not worn, cracked, or frayed. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Discover the power of radio.
If you own a retail business, you should consider radio to influence new and repeat customers throughout the buying cycle. People frequently compare prices, quality, and service. You want your name to be consistently fresh in their minds when they ultimately decide to make their purchase.
Discover the power of radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Good morning to you. It is Tuesday. It's the 17th day of June, a day where we get overcast skies and rain shower chances coming in here. Forecast comes your way. News coming up next, and we talk with the Boyle County Public Library as well on The Joe Show. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Paint the Park is coming up in Danville. The event is held on July 3rd at Millennium Park, where you can reserve your 4x4 square to paint at Millennium Park. The event essentially helps beautify and make the park look even more unique for the big 4th of July fireworks celebration the next day. How can you register? Well, you pay $10 per 4x4 square on July 2nd when you go pick up your paint supplies at the Art Center of the Bluegrass. Then the next day, July 3rd, get out there and paint your square from 9 until 1. That'll give it an early 24-hour period to dry before the July 4th fireworks event at Millennium Park. For questions, contact Danville Boyle County Parks and Rec. The 106th Annual Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Awards Gala is set for Friday, September 26th. The evening is dedicated to celebrating the individuals, businesses, and organizations that help the Danville and Boyle County community thrive. Reach out to the Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce for information on what awards you can nominate people for and how to nominate them. An upcoming public meeting will discuss potentially allowing ATVs, side-by-sides, and golf carts on Boyle County roads. We told you last month that a new opinion issued by Boyle County Attorney Chris Herron forbade golf carts, ATVs, UTVs, and other special vehicles from being driven on Boyle County roads. Herron said that Kentucky statutes state that local and county governments can decide which roadways, if any, that golf carts can be driven on, but since the Boyle County Fiscal Court hadn't allowed it, it remained against the law. Now the Boyle County Fiscal Court wants to hear your opinion. The public meeting will be a week from today, Tuesday, June 24th, in the Intercounty Energy Community Room on Houstonville Road from 6 until 7:30. And one of the largest Juneteenth celebrations in the state happens in Harrodsburg, and this year is no different. The event will take place at West Lane Park, with events Thursday through Saturday. Those include the Miss Juneteenth pageant, line dancing, a Motown night on Friday night, the Little Miss and Mr. Juneteenth pageant, kids games, speakers, and the festival headlined by Nappy Roots on Saturday evening. For more information, visit the Heart of Kentucky Juneteenth celebration on Facebook. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it, because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
All right, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at Dabbs Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate and they work with their insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, cell damage, and doing paintless dent repair at Danville Auto Body Shop. Rain showers, thunderstorms are possible today, and a high of 81, low of 70. Get about 3/4 of an inch of rain possible. I don't think there's anyone that is shocked about that, or the rain that we'll get tomorrow, or the possible rain that we will get on Thursday. Here's the good news. Friday, sunny and 85 is the high. A low that evening of 66, which means we are so back for the Friday night outdoor movies, the Starlight Movie Night at the Boyle County Public Library. Now, they've been going on the previous 2 Fridays, but I mean, we are so back outdoors, it looks like, this Friday. And to join us to celebrate, it's Colleen from the library. Good morning, Colleen. How are you?
I'm well. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, what's going on this week at the library?
Well, I was so disappointed on Friday because it was my night to work, and we did have the movie, but it was inside, and although it was fun, it didn't have the same, ambiance as it does when it's outside. So we appreciate everyone who came and hope everyone will come this Friday for the real outdoor experience.
Cool. Yeah, we love it. So that'll start around 8:30, 9 o'clock or so, right? It's got to get dark enough to show the movie. But It's such a fun night. You get to bring your lawn chairs, sit out in the parking lot. If you want to, bring snacks, or I think you all serve popcorn, or order pizza, or whatever you want to do. It's a movie night, so do whatever you want to do in the movie night and come enjoy it with the community there at the library this Friday.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. What else is going on this week, Colleen?
Well, there's a lot going on, and I don't want to just read everything, so I'm going to just do some highlights. So Today at 5 o'clock, we have Kitten Cafe with the Humane Society. So Elmwood Teas donated tea for us, so you can come and have tea, and I believe there's going to be coffee too, and then we will have crafts, and you can meet kittens from the Humane Society.
Okay.
And maybe take one home.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, there's a downtown walking tour that begins and ends at Grayson's Tavern. If it's not terribly raining, we don't know. Thursday, Fun Day, is at 10:30 this Thursday at Gravely Hall at the Danville High School.
Okay.
And this week it's called Science Heroes, is the group that's going to be here, and it's hands-on and interactive science show.
Okay, Hands-on Heroes. Thursday Fun Day. Let me ask you this, Colleen, because I'm genuinely interested. How do you all handle the Thursday Fun Days at Gravely Hall when they're like jackhammering right outside?
You can't hear anything.
Oh, really? Okay.
We had it. We've had it there. We had it there last week, and it was lovely.
Awesome.
There was no problem.
Yeah. Now there was a different way to enter. You enter, I think, through the side door.
Yes. You go in the road that goes between the Board of Education and the school. It's Jackson Street, I think it's called.
Yes.
You go down there, and you go in on that side of the high school. And it's clearly marked, and there will be staff out there, so you'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
But we had really good turnout last week. I think around 400 people or so.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, so please do come. It is a little bit different than it has been, but it's definitely doable.
Good stuff. And again, Thursday Fun Days, 10:30 in the morning, Gravely Hall. It's hands-on. I think you said hands-on Science Heroes. Is that right?
Science Heroes.
Science Heroes.
Is the name of the group. Yeah.
Science Heroes. Fun. That'll be fun. Okay.
Okay, and then on Friday we have a lot going on. Besides the Starlight Movie Night, we have yoga at 11:30, and then they're doing an artist spotlight every Friday at the Grayson's Tavern, and this week it is going to be Pat Williams doing weaving. So if you're interested, go by and learn how to do that. And there's also Kinder Music at 3:30, which does require registration.
Okay, cool.
And then just a plug for Monday, we will be having 10 a.m. baby story time, and then 3:30 Kids Art Studio with puppets, and Billy the therapy dog will be there to watch you make a puppet show with the puppets you created.
So the dog is going to be watching the puppet show.
He is, yeah.
Love it. Hey, I know.
You hear tell he likes it a lot.
Yeah. Well, look, there's a lot of activities. You even said, look, there's no way you can go over all of them. So the best way for you to keep up, or maybe you heard an activity that Colleen was talking about, you want to find out more information, go to Boyle County Public Library on Facebook or boylepublib.org. And that'll connect you with the Boyle County Public Library events, and you'll be able to see kind of in more detail for many of these things what exactly the event is about. Again, it is the summer, so all kinds of great children's activities lined up this summer. And Thursday, the Science Heroes at 10:30, Starlight Movie Night as well on Friday night. So lots to do this week, and make sure you're getting your reading done and logging those books. My mom makes sure that the kids are reading books when she's watching them in the afternoons. So we're getting that done.
In addition, I just wanted to add there is also boylepublib.org/summer reading page on our website. And if you go to that, there's a PDF downloadable calendar there if someone wants to see everything in one place.
Good stuff. We love it. Colleen, Boyle County Public Library, 859-238-7323. 859-238-READ. Colleen, we'll see you this week at the activities, okay?
Sounds lovely. Thank you, Joe.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's Colleen with the Boyle County Public Library. 8:16 in the morning. Let's see what's going on in this morning's sort of sports report. Those headlines you may not get in your everyday sports that you get via television or radio. Starting off with this, we talked about it last hour. A sense of normalcy returning to Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest on July the 4th. After not being allowed to compete last year due to his sponsorship agreement with Impossible Foods, the world's greatest competitive eater, Joey Chestnut, will return to the Nathan's event on Independence Day. Chestnut is a 16-time champion of the event, and his partnership in the plant-based space remains in place, but they're going to let him eat in this year's hot dog eating contest. Hey, ESPN announced its flagship sports news show, SportsCenter, which is a shell of what it used to be, will be hitting the road this summer. SportsCenter on tour will hit all 50 American states in 50 days, starting on Friday, June 27th in Washington, D.C., which technically isn't a state at all. The tour will include stops at UFC 317 in Vegas, the BMX Mount Rushmore Nationals in South Dakota, the ESPYs in California, and will end in Pennsylvania on August 16th at the Little League World Series. 50 skates in 50 days. In the NBA last night, the Oklahoma City Thunder took command of the NBA Finals with a 120-109 win over the Pacers. Jalen Williams, the star of the show, 40 points he dropped for the Thunder. Former Kentucky Wildcat SGA scored another 31 and 10 assists. The Thunder lead the series 3-2, and it heads to Indianapolis for a Thursday night Game 6 matchup. Tip-off scheduled for 8:30.
The Pacers, a strong comeback, but the Thunder had the answer. It's 3-2. OKC in front here in the NBA Finals.
Again, it was Jalen Williams, the star. He was all business when he found out he's the first Thunder player to score 25 points in 3 straight games.
And first Thunder player to score 25 in 3 straight finals games since Kevin Durant. Decent company to be keeping.
Nice. Shout out, KD.
You having fun?
I am.
Okay. Yeah. Just making sure. Yeah. I appreciate, again, all business. All business. I'm just,
There you go. Yeah, I am. I'm having fun. What else is going on? The sort of sports sounds. Tell you what, it was a performance for the ages yesterday as Arkansas pitcher Gage Wood struck out 19 batters on his way to only the 3rd ever no-hitter in the Men's College World Series history and the first in 65 years. A performance for the ages on the mound.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss! Greatness from Gage! A no-hitter!
Unbelievable. A 19 strikeout no-hitter. That's what's going on in this morning's Sort of Sports Sounds. In the Sort of Sports Report, we have more sports coming your way next, right here on the Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Here we go.
Happy Tuesday. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Let's talk sports here on the Kentucky News Network, starting with men's college basketball. University of Kentucky guard Colin Chandler, along with Trent Noah, took time to talk to the media yesterday. Chandler is a freshman, of course, played in 30 games. He's just one of 4 players returning for Coach Mark Pope this season. The former Utah Gatorade Player of the Year and #1 player in the state who averaged just under 22 points per game in high school admits he's faced some change in Lexington.
There was a mental change of trying to get back to where I want to be, but
Also, I don't want to be the same player that I was. There's a lot of things that I would need to change. If I was coming from high school to playing here, there's a lot of things that I needed to change. I kind of took it as, why not just change right now to what I'm supposed to be, what I need to be to play here, rather than looking backward, if that makes sense.
At the NBA Finals last night.
Slashing left away from Nemhart, down the lane, high off the window. Sits home. A high arcing right-hand layup. Thunder 110, the Pacers 97. Is this young team something? Answering the call in Game 5. Jalen Williams, massive, with 37.
Former Santa Clara Bronco Jalen Williams exploded for a playoff career-high 40 points as Oklahoma City gets a 120-109 win over the Pacers. Thunder guard and former Wildcat Shai Gilgeous-Alexander admits Williams, he's a great teammate.
He can do so many things on the basketball court, and then he has, really good feel and really good work ethic. And when you have those two things, you're going to figure it out. You're going to get better, and you're going to just continue to mold your game the more you work and figure out your spots.
Pacers will try to stave off elimination in Game 6 in Indy on Thursday. Meanwhile, talks continued yesterday between the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson. The team and the star defensive pass rusher continue to be at odds over salary. And Murray State's magical run at the College World Series ended yesterday. They fall to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Meanwhile, the Louisville Cardinals will try to stay alive today as they take on Coastal Carolina. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the
Big Deal Store is rolling out the summer savings for you. You can purchase a $50 gift certificate from B&O Jewelers for just $29, or get this, 4 $50 gift certificates, a $200 value for just $100. That means you only pay half price. Stay in style with a visit to Anderson's Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Get a $50 gift certificate for only $35. $10 gift certificates to the Bread of Life in Liberty are just $7. Give that sweet tooth what it wants at Sweets by Cindy in Junction City. $10 gift certificates are half price is $5. Applebee's Grill and Bar in Danville. Get a $10 gift certificate for just $7.50. $22 Pioneer Playhouse gift certificates are back. You get an entertaining $5 savings at just $17. Come clean with a visit to Thoroughbred Auto Wash in Danville. $20 car washes are just half price at $10. Check out these and many more great savings at our Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. hometownlive.net.
It's the 5th annual Heart of Kentucky Juneteenth Festival.
Harrisburg, Kentucky. It's your boys, Nappy Roots. And make sure to come join us Saturday, June 21st at West Lane Park. It's the biggest Juneteenth celebration in Kentucky. Everybody, man, make sure you bring y'all's chairs, y'all's tents. Bring your family out, man. Come celebrate with the Country Boys. Juneteenth, Saturday, June 21st. Country Boys back home.
$1,000 cornhole tournament, games for the kids, car show, 21 food trucks, and much more. For more information, JuneteenthKY.com.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Alrighty there, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by the Little Sign Shop. There are new owners and operators. They offer all types of quality signs at affordable prices. Many signs available with 24 hours. Located in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Street meet. Call them, 859-238-7391. Rain showers, thunderstorms are likely today. A high today of 81, low tonight of 70. Scattered showers, thunderstorms as well tomorrow. High of 84. Thursday is Juneteenth, partly sunny and 80. Friday, mostly sunny and 85 is your high. Right now, it's 8:23 in the morning, 70 degrees on this Tuesday, the 17th day of the month of June. So glad to have you on the show this morning. 859-238-WHIR is the number to call in, 238-9447. Did you know that there is a dog lifeguard squad on a Spanish beach? A squad of dogs that are lifeguards, and they have apparently starred now in a new TV show called Bay Pooch.
Coming to TV, the canine lifeguard show you've been waiting for. It's Bay Pooch.
Help! My husband is out there in the ocean and he can't swim. Somebody help him! Oh, look at him in his little doggy swim trunks. That's a good boy.
You don't want to miss these doggy lifeguards.
Wow, you got him. Do CPR. Save him. You're squatting and doing number 2. Do CPR. Wait, are you even certified? Oh, no.
It's Bay Pooch. Don't miss it.
Yeah, don't miss those new episodes. Let's see what's gone on this date in history that's made this date a date to remember. Starting off on this date in 2018, where The Incredibles 2 set a box office record for an animated release, earned $180 million in its opening weekend on this day, 2018.
Someone figured out your mother's or my identity. It was Dicker! You told him about Tony.
Honey.
You had me erased from Tony's mind!
And it was on this date in 2021, President Joe Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law, making June 19th a federal holiday. On this date, 2021, so 4 years ago, this being the fourth year of the Juneteenth national holidays, happened on this date, 2021.
This day doesn't just celebrate the past. It calls for action today. I wish all Americans a happy Juneteenth.
There you go. That's what's gone on this date in history, June the 17th. That's made this date a date to remember. Hey, do you like bird watching or just looking at birds? Maybe you have like bird feeders set up on your porch or outside your window, and maybe particularly hummingbird feeders, like you're feeding them the red Kool-Aid or whatever. The nectar looks like Kool-Aid to me, but like the sugar water. Hummingbirds are obviously cute, right? Unless you're a psycho. And speaking of psycho behavior, you might be murdering hummingbirds and not know it. Uh-oh, here we go. Vox just did a big article on how the hummingbird feeder in your yard might be poisoning hummingbirds. The too long didn't read version is you're probably not cleaning this thing enough. Whether you make their food or you buy their food, again, it's basically sugar water. And sugar water spoils faster than you think, especially in hot weather. If you don't clean their feeder and replace the liquid, they can end up with an infection, either bacterial or fungal, that could kill the hummingbird. A study in 2019 found most of the microbes aren't deadly enough to cause huge declines in hummingbird populations, but it happens. One expert said it's fairly common for dirty feeders to at least make hummingbirds sick. So how often should you be cleaning your feeder? That's the question now. If it's sitting out, it's getting hot, summer months, there's the red sugar water, how often do you need to clean your hummingbird feeder? How about this? Every day, or at least every 2 days. Quote, if you wouldn't leave your drink sitting out in the sun for 3 days and then drink it, why would you do it for hummingbirds, is what the article says. If you replace the liquid every few days, you can just rinse your feeder with hot water, but if it's been a while, you should deep clean it with water and vinegar or hydrogen peroxide. The hummingbirds outside your window, you might be murdering them and not even know you are. Uh-oh, it's 8:28. 2 minutes away from Bottom Hour News. We're back in 60 seconds on The Joe Show. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Driveways and parking lots are a major investment, whether at your business, church, or home.
At Hometown Radio, we depend on White House seal coating to keep our asphalt surfaces protected. Their experienced crews are insured to do asphalt sealing.
And to stop further damage, they do hot rubber, crack filling, before sealing to keep out water, ice, and oils. White House Seal Coating.
Call now. We did 859-325-5716.
Or go online at whitehousesealcoating.com.
Brightleaf Golf Resort invites local golfers to come out and enjoy golf. Monday through Thursday, play with cart for just $45. Friday through Sunday is $50. Try our par 3 at night for only $15. Cool off with a daily pool pass for just $12. Or get a season pool membership for $295. For more on pool memberships, visit Brightleaf. And when you're hungry, swing by the 19th Hole Restaurant. Brightleaf Golf Resort in Harrodsburg. Great golf, great fun, right here at home on Highway 127.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
Alrighty, coming up, Bottom Hour News, Grub Gab, the world of food, James the Gardener, and this date in rock and roll pop and R&B music history. Hey, at Pioneer Playhouse, we are rocking and rolling at Pioneer Playhouse, and the Games Afoot continues with shows this week and next week. The final show of A Games Afoot is going to be Saturday, June 28th. So you have today through Saturday and next Tuesday through Saturday to go check out The Games Afoot, a 1936 show where Broadway star William Gillette admired the world over his portrayal of Sherlock Holmes, has invited friends to a mansion for a weekend of fun and games. It's 8:30 in the morning. Here's news.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Kentucky's total recovery of funds from the nationwide opioid addiction crisis hits over $1 billion. The Commonwealth in 2015 got $24 million in a settlement with Purdue Pharma. Now State Attorney General Russell Coleman says over $73 million will come from a settlement by Purdue Pharma and the Sackler family with 55 states and territories to the tune of $7.5 billion. State Attorney General Russell Coleman adds Kentucky will use that money for prevention, treatment, and recovery programs. A man in custody after an alleged shootout with KSP troopers in Pulaski County. Somerset police responded to a call about a man barricading himself inside a home on East Mount Vernon Street. That's when 69-year-old John Woody allegedly started shooting at officers. No injuries were reported, and Woody eventually was arrested after a several-hour standoff. He's charged with attempted murder of a first responder, wanton endangerment, and more. Undergraduate tuition and mandatory residence fees at 3 Kentucky universities increasing this fall. The Council on Post-Secondary Education Board approving a recommendation to raise the rates and fees at Eastern Kentucky, Murray State, and Western Kentucky. A Louisville Metro Police officer working on behalf of child victims laid to rest yesterday.
Michelle made this world better through her work, her friendship, her love as a mother and a wife, and her unshakable spirit. She showed us what it truly means to serve, and now it's our responsibility to carry that forward, to honor her by living with the same purpose and compassion.
Detective Lauren Payne of LMPD's Crimes Against Children Unit. Funeral services held for Detective Michelle Rush, who died of cancer last week at the age of 35. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Step into Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across from the Boyle County Fairgrounds and discover the enchanting world of Candleberry candles in the huge Candleberry Corner. Refresh your world with an array of fresh cargo scents for your car for just $1.99. Tantalizing tarts, $7.99. Delightful room sprays for $9.50. Small jars are $14.99. Large jars, $25.99. Grand candy jars for $89.99. And the large selection of cookie jars for that special someone at $159.99. Visit Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across the Boyle County Fairgrounds on the bypass for an exhilarating experience like no other.
Experience family fun with a Kentucky twist at Kentucky Kingdom Theme and Water Park. New for 2025, surround yourself with the beauty of Kentucky as you explore Discovery Meadow, a delightful new adventure featuring exciting new rides, beloved characters, and tasty treats to savor. Create unforgettable family memories while celebrating the bold spirit of Kentucky. Get 2 days of fun for one great price. Buy online only for just $49.99 at KentuckyKingdom.com/special offer.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Paint the Park is coming up in Danville. The event is held on July 3rd at Millennium Park, where you can reserve your 4x4 square to paint at Millennium Park. The event essentially helps beautify and make the park look even more unique for the big 4th of July fireworks celebration the next day. How can you register? Well, you pay $10 per 4x4 square on July 2nd when you go pick up your paint supplies at the Arts Center of the Bluegrass. Then the next day, July 3rd, get out there and paint your square from 9 until 1. That'll give it an early 24-hour period to dry before the July 4th fireworks event at Millennium Park. For questions, contact Danville Boyle County Parks and Rec. The 106th Annual Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Awards Gala is set for Friday, September 26th. The evening is dedicated to celebrating the individuals, businesses, and organizations that help the Danville and Boyle County community thrive. Reach out to the Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce for information on what awards you can nominate people for and how to nominate them. An upcoming public meeting will discuss potentially allowing ATVs, side-by-sides, and golf carts on Boyle County roads. We told you last month that a new opinion issued by Boyle County Attorney Chris Herron forbade golf carts, ATVs, UTVs, and other special vehicles from being driven on Boyle County roads. Herron said that Kentucky statutes state that local and county governments can decide which roadways, if any, that golf carts can be driven on. But since the Boyle County Fiscal Court hadn't allowed it, it remained against the law. Now the Boyle County Fiscal Court wants to hear your opinion. The public meeting will be a week from today, Tuesday, June 24th, in the Intercounty Energy Community Room on Houstonville Road from 6 until 7:30. And one of the largest Juneteenth celebrations in the state happens in Harrodsburg, and this year is no different. The event will take place at West Lane Park, with events Thursday through Saturday. Those include the Miss Juneteenth pageant, line dancing, a Motown night on Friday night, the Little Miss and Mr. Juneteenth pageant, kids games, speakers, and the festival headlined by Nappy Roots on Saturday evening. For more information, visit the Heart of Kentucky Juneteenth celebration on Facebook. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Announcing the absolute online auction of 6.5 and 14.2 more or less acres located at 420 Bohan Road and 1020-1 North College Street, Harrodsburg, Kentucky, with bidding ending Thursday, June the 19th at 1:30 p.m. This offering includes multiple commercial tracts that hold tremendous potential for a variety of uses. Whether you're looking to develop a business location, build apartment complexes, or secure property for future investment as an investor, developer, or entrepreneur, this is a rare chance to acquire valuable real estate in one of Harrodsburg's most promising growth corridors. Each tract will be sold individually in a dynamic extend-all-style online auction format, giving all bidders a fair chance to compete on the tracts they desire. For more information, go to FordBrothersInc.com or call 800-526-9430.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, I have spilled somehow so much coffee on my shirt throughout this morning that it's like polka dotted now. It's polka dotted brown. I don't even know where the coffee spills are coming from because I'm drinking. It's not spilling out of my lip and it's starting to frustrate me a little bit. Back to what I should be doing, giving you a weather forecast. The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net, is the sponsor of this weather forecast. I'm going to give you a big deal of the hour here coming up in just a second, let you know what you can save money on. We do get rain showers today, tomorrow, and Juneteenth Thursday, scattered throughout the next 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday looking good. 85 Friday, 90 Saturday, 91 Sunday. It's 8:38 in the morning, 70 degrees, Tuesday, the 17th day of June. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. It's like the one day I decide to wear a white shirt, it's just splattered with brown spots from my coffee. I don't know what in the world's going on. Maybe there's a leak in my cup or something. It's irritating me, though. Just like, I remember I was eating oatmeal one morning wearing this just bright white shirt, and the oatmeal had blueberries in it. And, you know, when the blueberries get warm, the juice kind of sags off of it a little bit into the oatmeal, and I dropped just this big spot of blueberry juice all down my shirt. You talk about ruining a morning. And this is on par with that. I may have to go home just to change shirts. I don't get what's going on with this coffee cup. Anyway, 859-238-WHIR to call in this morning, 238-9447. And let's give you a big deal of the hour for this 8 o'clock in the morning hour. You can save money when you go to Big Deals online store to the Bread of Life Cafe in Liberty. This is a really popular destination spot to eat. $10 retail value, yours for $7 at our Big Deals online store. 30% savings. Buy them all up if you want to. HometownLive.net, powered by Kentucky YMAX. Go to our Big Deals online store. Bread of Life Cafe, $10 gift certificates. Now, I believe there's a limit on how many you can use at Bread of Life Cafe, but you can buy as many of them as you want. And just use as many of them as long as you keep on going. But there is a limit, I believe, on how many you can use at one time. But check that out and all the other Big Deals gift certificates we have. Things like car repair and oil changes, car washes, clothing and shoes, dentistry, entertainment, embroidery and printing, home decor, jewelry and watches, pawn shops and restaurants, and bakeries. At our Big Deals online store, HometownLive.net. Pimmy, what's going on with you? Wedding Planning with Pim, take it away.
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. Brides and grooms aren't always living in the communities where they grew up. They have a set of friends where they live now and friends and relatives back home. The result is a logistical nightmare of coordinating a long-distance wedding. Either everyone comes to them or they go back to their hometown to get married. Sometimes they pick a place in between. This choice is called the destination wedding. The rise in destination weddings over the past 30 years is a response to the wedding excesses of the 1980s when weddings grew to grandiose affairs. Some couples don't want the big wedding. Others choose to fly off to tie the knot because it's a second marriage and they've already done the big wedding. There are pros and cons of planning a long-distance wedding, and cost could be one of the major advantages. Weddings in rural areas cost less than weddings in metropolitan areas. Say you're living in Chicago now, but you're from Paducah. A wedding in Paducah could cost half that of a Chicago wedding. And while it may be harder to plan your wedding from afar, you'll be saving so much money that it's worth the extra effort. My love note, advanced planning is one of the healthiest things you can do for yourself. A good plan reduces stress, prevents tightness in your back and shoulders, and keeps your stomach knot-free. So don't take a pill, make a plan.
This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I was always tired, with weekly bouts of indigestion. A friend asked me, when was the last time you did a detox? Never, I said. So she recommended Active Liver.
Our liver works hard every day to remove toxins from processed foods and unclean air and water. But too many toxins can overwhelm the liver, causing it to actually store toxins in our body fat. Low energy, brain fog, headaches, bloating, and skin irritation are all telltale signs that we need to act. Water or juice fasts can help, but often require days or weeks of feeling tired and sick. Thankfully, there's an easier way. Active Liver from New Nordic is a natural supplement that helps your liver effectively eliminate toxins on a daily basis, leaving you feeling better with more energy and less bloat.
Within a week of taking Active Liver, I was feeling better, and now I have more energy than I've had in years.
Available in both tablet or delicious gummies, you can find Active Liver online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or in stores at your local CVS or Meijer grocery.
Paved driveways and parking lots are a major investment, whether at your business, church, or home.
At Hometown Radio, we depend on White House seal coating to keep our asphalt surfaces protected. Their experienced crews are insured to do asphalt sealing.
And to stop further damage, they do hot rubber, crack filling, before sealing to keep out water, ice, and oils. White House seal coating.
Call now. We did 859-325-5716.
Or go online at whitehousesealcoating.com.
Bright Leaf Golf Resort invites local golfers to come out and enjoy golf. Monday through Thursday, play with cart for just $45. Friday through Sunday is $50. Try our par 3 at night for only $15. Cool off with a daily pool pass for just $12. Or get a season pool membership for $295. For more on pool memberships, visit Bright Leaf. And when you're hungry, swing by the 19th Hole Restaurant. Bright Leaf Golf Resort in Harrodsburg. Great golf, great fun, right here at home on Highway 127.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
$8:43 in the morning, 859-238 WHIR, as we see what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food, where you can always just eat it. All right, this is interesting. Coca-Cola is releasing 6 new flavors this summer to coincide with some of the summer's major movie releases. The most popular movies already released: Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and The Karate Kid Legends, as well as How to Train Your Dragon and The Fantastic Four: First Steps, hot on their heels, and Coca-Cola is aligning them with new flavors. So here are the 6 new offerings from Coca-Cola. It's going to take a little bit to get through, but I want you to hear all the new Coca-Cola offerings. The Isle of Burke Brew Soda. It's a mix of Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Lime and Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Peach with a twist of orange to honor How to Train Your Dragon exclusively at Coca-Cola Freestyle Machines at AMC Theaters. The Night Fury Fire Soda, a blend of orange vanilla Barq's cream soda and Seagram's orange to also honor How to Train Your Dragon. That's also at the Freestyle Machines at AMC Theaters. These 4 new flavors are all honoring the Fantastic Four: First Steps that'll hit theaters on July 25th. The Things Orange Rock Punch Fanta, Pineapple, Orange, and Peach, available exclusively at Coca-Cola Freestyle Machines. Fantastic Inspired Barq's Stretch Blend, a mixture of root beer and orange soda, exclusively at Coca-Cola Freestyle Machines. Invisible Woman's Invisible Force Fizz Sprite, vanilla and lemon lime flavors, and Human Torch inspired Seagram's Ginger Cherry Blaze, ginger and cherry kind of mixed up ginger ale. All kinds of different soda mixes you can try out now. Hey, we told you about Wendy's bringing extra thick cut bacon to grocery stores earlier this month, and now Wendy's is offering their iconic square burger patties at select Kroger and King Scoop locations. This way, fans can make their own Baconators at home. The patties were spotted in Colorado, here in Kentucky, and Ohio, and they're being promoted as restaurant-inspired, fresh, never frozen burger patties. It's part of the test that aims to find out how big of a demand for the Wendy's products have outside the restaurants. Reviews are mixed so far. Some fans are excited about making homemade Baconators. Others, a little skeptical. Either way, if you're in an area with Kroger or King Superstores, which we are, obviously, you want to be on the lookout for the new Wendy's patties. Wendy's introduces their square burger patties in select Kroger and King Super locations. Kroger's here in Kentucky have them. And Coca-Cola, 6 new flavors to coincide with summer movie releases. Grab Gab, where you can always just eat it. It's 8:46 in the morning. James the Gardener is coming up next.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it, because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. It makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Happy Tuesday. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Let's talk sports here on the Kentucky News Network, starting with men's college basketball. University of Kentucky guard Colin Chandler, along with Trent Noah, took time to talk to the media yesterday. Chandler is a freshman, of course, played in 30 games. He's just one of 4 players returning for Coach Mark Pope this season. The former Utah Gatorade Player of the Year and #1 player in the state, who averaged just under 22 points per game in high school, admits he's faced some change in Lexington.
There was a mental change of trying to get back to where I want to be, but also I don't want to be the same player that I was. There's a lot of things that I would need to change. If I was coming from high school to playing here, there's a lot of things that I need to change. I kind of took it as, why not just change right now to what I'm supposed to be, what I need to be to play here, rather than looking backward, if that makes sense.
At the NBA Finals last night.
Slashing left away from Nemhart, down the lane, high off the window. Sits home. A high-arcing right-hand layup. Thunder 110, the Pacers 97. Is this young team something? Answering the call in Game 5. Jalen Williams, massive with 37.
Former Santa Clara Bronco Jalen Williams exploded for a playoff career-high 40 points as Oklahoma City gets a 120-109 win over the Pacers. Thunder guard and former Wildcat Shai Gilgeous-Alexander admits Williams, he's a great teammate.
He can do so many things on the basketball court, and then he has, really good feel and really good work ethic. And when you have those two things, you're going to figure it out. You're going to get better, and you're going to just continue to mold your game the more you work and figure out your spots.
Pacers will try to stave off elimination in Game 6 in Indy on Thursday. Meanwhile, talks continued yesterday between the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson. The team and the star defensive pass rusher continued to be at odds over salary. And Murray State's magical run at the College World Series ended yesterday. They fall to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Meanwhile, the Louisville Cardinals will try to stay alive today as they take on Coastal Carolina. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. This is the
Gold prices are climbing, and that means now is the perfect time to turn your unwanted gold into cold hard cash. At B&L Jewelers, we're buying gold every day, whether it's broken chains, single earrings, outdated styles, or old class rings. If it's real gold, we want to see it. Our experienced team will evaluate your items right on the spot and make you a no-pressure offer. You might be surprised at how much your forgotten jewelry is worth. Why let it sit in the drawer when you could be putting money back into your pocket? No appointment needed. Trusted by the community for years. Located in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. B&L Jewelers, where honesty, value, and experience shine. Come see what your gold is really worth today.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers. Give a gift with that personal touch to that person in your life that means so much. It's the perfect way to say, hey baby, I love you, and I need you to love me more. And the perfect diamond to get you to do it's at the B&L Jewelers store. Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Hi, it's Daryl, the cigar sommelier and owner of Smokin' Bourbon. I know you guys have been waiting, but the wait is over. We are now open for business. So come on down to Smokin' Bourbon, where you can smoke, sit, and chill.
Central Kentucky's newest cigar bar in Danville by the bowling alley in the Greenleaf Shopping Center. This big boss atmosphere is veteran-owned with connoisseur quality cigars and bourbon, creating a social destination. For more information, go to smoke-in-bourbon.com.
Now open.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Rayleigh Joe, it's brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. They're your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you by calling Mark or Chris. For a free quote, 859-236-6686. Cloudy skies, rain showers, about 3/4 of an inch of rain on top of what we already have possible today. 81 is the high. More rain in the forecast tomorrow, partly sunny, 84. Thursday is Juneteenth. Showers likely, possibly a thunderstorm, high of 80. The weekend is great, and the weekend is hot.
Hot.
I mean, we're looking at Sunday, 91 is the high on Sunday.
And that don't include humidity.
Yeah. Right now, it's 8:52 in the morning. You hear the voice of James the Gardener.
And now, for the next few minutes, the man with the jolly green thumb and the big straw hat is going to tell us where it's at. Gardening with James, that's the name. Growing good food, that's our aim. Working in our garden every day. Well, we might not be all that pretty, but we don't mind getting all dirty and gritty. Growing our food the natural way. Yes, we're gardening with James, the natural way. Let's dig it, James.
James the Gardener.
What's going on, Joe Show?
I've had better mornings.
You look like you've had better mornings.
See, here's the thing about spilling something on your shirt early in the morning. It's a mental thing for me.
Right.
To where, now I don't feel like I look my best.
Right.
And it's not that I'm a model to begin with. That's not what I'm saying. But, you look good.
Right.
You feel good.
Right.
You play good type thing, right?
Right.
Now I look like at least I feel like I look like a slob. I mean, you can see it, right?
Yeah, well, you're a little spotty. Yeah, just a little bit.
It's like it's rained coffee on my shirt, all in the front of it. I think I know what the culprit is.
You missed your mouth.
No.
Oh.
No, that's not. So this, I may have to take this back to Rebecca and give it back to her and say, get this cursed thing away from me.
Away from me.
So the top of this mug, you can close it.
Oh,
and so I think when I close it, there's still some coffee droplets. When I do, and the
right
coffee shoots up in the air.
Yep.
And so it's splattered me with napalm of coffee
right
over my shirt. And so I think that's the culprit. of what has gone on this morning.
Well, see, I've been there, done that. That's the reason why I have this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you just flip it, close it, lock it.
Yeah, there's no water droplet casualties going on with that.
Right.
So, all right, James, what do we got going on in the garden today?
Let's see. Not a whole lot going on in the garden. I mean, like you said, we've had plenty of rain. We've had, because my thing is if we could get food to grow as fast as weeds grow, nobody would be hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, because all it takes is 1 or 2 good rains, weeds are back. All the stuff that you did, say, 3 days ago, now you got to do it all over again.
Yeah.
And it's just a repeat of the season to come. And like I said, with the heat and the humidity that's going to be out there over the next couple of weeks or whatever, it's just going to be a task that you have to take your time with, and you can't get out there and and it won't do you no good to get frustrated because it's still going to be, you still got to pull the weeds.
Yeah.
But for those that are still trying to grow some food, like say, summer is, if that's you, now's a great time to go ahead and get started getting whatever seeds in the ground. Go ahead and get those things going because now the tomatoes are going to pop, the watermelons, and all those hot weather type items that you've been waiting for. Now's a great time to go ahead and get started with that.
Garden with James, Tuesdays and Thursdays, right here on the Joe Show at this time. I noticed yesterday, James, my front they're not really flower beds because they don't have flowers in them, but that's, for lack of a better term, flower beds in our front yard. They're next to our front door. I weeded them just a couple of weeks ago, and it doesn't take long for the weeds to grow back.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it's raining like this. They are loving life right now.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, because I've been using the vinegar, salt, and dish detergent to kill weeds, and like I said, it works, but when you get this much rain on a regular basis, now you got to break it. Now you got to break out a weed eater, just to get it back down to normal.
Garden with James, we have him on Tuesdays and Thursdays here on this show. All right, James, real quickly, let's see what's gone on in this date in history.
Let's do it.
Rock and roll, pop, and R&B that's made this date a date to remember. Starting off on this date, 1965, where this group began recording and actually completing the work on a new song. On this date, 1965, they completed this one.
Yesterday.
The overdubbing of an additional vocal track by Paul McCartney and a string quartet in the background. They also recorded Act Naturally for Ringo's vocal contribution on the Help album, and the song Wait in just 4 takes. Wait will not be included on the Help album. It was included on the following LP called Rubber Soul. On this day, 1965, the Beatles completed this song, a Paul McCartney track entitled Yesterday.
Yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say.
Now, we'll give you a little hint as well. Tomorrow, Paul McCartney's birthday.
Okay.
So we get to play a lot of McCartney tomorrow on the show.
All right.
But today is not. But tomorrow is.
Okay.
But we play McCartney either way today because it was on this date, 1965. The Beatles finished recording the song yesterday. It was on this date, 1971. This artist went number 1 on the U.S. album charts with an album entitled Tapestry. And what an album it was.
I love this.
Carole King. The cover photograph taken at King's Laurel Canyon home shows her sitting in a window frame, holding a tapestry she hand-stitched herself with her cat Telemachus at her feet. This album had the songs It's Too Late, which you're hearing now, I Feel the Earth Move, Will You Love Me Tomorrow, and You've Got a Friend. Carole King on this day, 1971.
And it's too late, baby, now it's too late. Though we really did try to make it. Something inside has died, and I can't hide, and I just can't fake it. Oh,
Go, girl. Go, girl.
And it was on this date, rock and roll, pop, R&B music history, 1978. This artist became the first solo artist on the history of the U.S. charts to have his first 3 singles he released all go to number 1. I never would have guessed this guy. You can give me a million guesses, and this guy would have been my 1 millionth and first guess. Like, I never would have guessed.
Right.
That Andy Gibb was the correct answer, former BG. The first solo artist in U.S. chart history to have his first 3 singles released number 1. Shadow Dancing hit the top of the charts to make this happen, spending 7 weeks at number 1. Shadow Dancing became the best-selling single in the U.S. in 1978. Andy Gibb on this day made history.
You got me looking at the heaven in your eyes. I was chasing your direction. I was telling you no lies, and I was loving you.
And it was on this day, Rock and Roll Pop and R&B 2006. This song came out my junior year of high school. Still remember this song. The first number 1 hit for Shakira. For this one. A song called Hips Don't Lie, Wyclef Jean in this. It also broke the record for the most played pop song in a single week. When it aired on American radio, a total of 9,637 times in 1 week.
Wow.
The song became a global success, reaching number 1 in 17 countries. And that's what's gone on this date, June 17th, in Rock and Roll Pop and R&B. It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump is back at the White House this morning after leaving the G7 summit in Canada early. More from Mark Mayfield.
The president said his departure was due to the conflict between Israel and Iran and that he needed to focus on the situation.
Well, I have to be back. Very important. I want to just thank our great host. He did a fantastic job. Thank you in Canada. But you probably see what I see, and I have to be back as soon as I can.
Summit attendee French President Emmanuel Macron told reporters he heard Trump was leaving to work on a ceasefire proposal. Trump fired off a response on social media insisting Macron had no idea why he was returning to Washington, but saying it certainly has nothing to do with the ceasefire.
The G7 nations say Iran can't get a nuclear weapon and that Israel has the right to defend itself. The joint statement was issued by the heads of the U.S., UK, France, Germany, Italy, Canada, Japan, and the EU at the G7 summit in Canada Monday before the president left. The suspect accused of killing a Minnesota state lawmaker and her husband over the weekend is now facing federal charges. That means Vance Belter could face the death penalty if convicted. This morning in Elk River, Minnesota, Maggie Vespa.
Now, as Minnesota struggles to heal, this morning, the children of Melissa and Mark Horman speaking out. Sophie and Colin writing, "We are devastated and heartbroken," thanking law enforcement for their heroic attempts to rescue our mom and dad, adding, "Our parents lived their lives with immense dedication to their fellow humans. This tragedy must become a moment for us to come together."
Belter is also charged with shooting and wounding a Democratic state senator and his wife. The Sean Diddy Combs sex crimes trial picks back up today with testimony from a special agent with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
White Witten with News Radio 840. Summertime is finally here. Whether you ride, pedal, walk, drive, Kentuckians are reminded to follow the rules of the road as traffic increases across the state of Kentucky. Buckle up, put the phone down, obey the speed limit, and always travel sober. If you're riding a bike or a motorcycle, wear that helmet. If you're walking, stay visible. Let's work together for the safety of everyone using our roadways. Be safe, Kentucky. Brought to you by Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
You have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp Databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
The curfew hours for a 1 square mile section of downtown Los Angeles are being reduced. This man owns a business in Little Tokyo and says it's been a tough past week and a half.
It has been closed since last Friday, I want to say 8 days. We opened yesterday and today, and it's been super slow.
As of Monday night, the curfew is now in place from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. It had been starting at 8 p.m. since it began last week. The curfew was put in place after anti-ICE protests in the area turned violent. Several businesses were also looted. The former Arkansas police chief, who was captured after authorities say he escaped from prison last month, is due in court today. Grant Hardin is scheduled to appear for a hearing on a charge of second-degree escape. The man known as the Devil in the Ozarks was arrested by law enforcement on June 6, just west of the Calico Rock prison they say he broke out of. Hardin was serving time for murder and rape. There's an evidence hearing today involving accused Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann. Scott Pringle with more.
Lawyers for Heuermann are trying to get DNA evidence thrown out that prosecutors say link him to a series of murders. The defense team argues that evidence should not be used during trial because the collection method had not been used in prior criminal trials in New York. Prosecutors say, though, it's generally accepted in the scientific community. Heuermann has pleaded not guilty to charges accusing him of murdering 7 women dating back decades.
I haven't made my point yet. Come back to me.
The Beatles, The Next Generation, are coming out with a song. John Lennon's son, Sean Lennon, and Paul McCartney's son, James McCartney, joined with Ringo Starr's son, Zach Starkey's band, Mantra of the Cosmos. Starkey teased their collaboration rip-off over the weekend on Instagram. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Right now, as we speak, the Israelis own the skies of Iran, which gives the world a window of opportunity. Now, I don't want to be flippant about this or nonchalant. You know, there's always a risk involved in military action, but there's also sometimes a risk of military inaction, especially at the right time. And this regime, unfortunately, was able to build up a lot of ballistic missile power and advance their nuclear program under Joe Biden. And they've been fomenting terror in the entire region. There's not one country in the region that wants the Iranians to have nuclear weapons.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Pure Talk, my wireless company, a veteran-owned company, believes every man, every woman who has faithfully served this country deserves to proudly fly an American flag that was made in America. And that's why Pure Talk is on a mission to give an allegiance flag, the highest quality American flag made in Charleston, South Carolina, to 1,000 veterans in time for these patriotic holidays. Just switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk. Do it this month, and a portion of every sale will go to provide these high-quality flags, hand-sewn to the deserving vets. Now, with plans starting at just $25 a month for unlimited talk and text and plenty of data, you can enjoy America's most dependable 5G network, all while cutting your cell phone bill in half. Average family saves over $1,000 a year. You just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. Pure Talk's customer service will make the switch. Pound 250, keyword save now, support our veterans, and switch to America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
Republic Services of Kentucky offers a single source solution for all of your disposal needs, servicing residential, commercial, and industrial customers with offerings that include recycling and other disposal options. You have enough to worry about on a daily basis. Leave waste disposal to Republic Services. They'll handle it from there. For a quote or to discuss services, reach out to republicservices.com or give them a call at 859-263-2000. 263-2000.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Our Adult Day Healthcare Services provide independence through assistance for adults with special needs ages 21 and over. Our participants enjoy games, reality orientation, cognitive and physical activities, exercise, music and craft programs, while offering families freedom and peace of mind knowing their loved ones are cared for in a safe, supportive environment. Visit thegatheringplace.org, follow on Facebook and Instagram for more info.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Paint the Park is coming up in Danville. The event is held on July 3rd at Millennium Park, where you can reserve your 4x4 square to paint at Millennium Park. The event essentially helps beautify and make the park look even more unique for the big 4th of July fireworks celebration the next day. How can you register? Well, you pay $10 per 4x4 square on July 2nd when you go pick up your paint supplies at the Art Center of the Bluegrass. Then the next day, July 3rd, get out there and paint your square from 9 until 1. That'll give it an early 24-hour period to dry before the July 4th fireworks event at Millennium Park. For questions, contact Danville Boyle County Parks and Rec. The 106th Annual Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Awards Gala is set for Friday, September 26th. The evening is dedicated to celebrating the individuals, businesses, and organizations that help the Danville and Boyle County community thrive. Reach out to the Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce for information on what awards you can nominate people for and how to nominate them. An upcoming public meeting will discuss potentially allowing ATVs, side-by-sides, and golf carts on Boyle County roads. We told you last month that a new opinion issued by Boyle County Attorney Chris Herron forbade golf carts, ATVs, UTVs, and other special vehicles from being driven on Boyle County roads. Herron said that Kentucky statutes state that local and county governments can decide which roadways, if any, that golf carts can be driven on, but since the Boyle County Fiscal Court hadn't allowed it, it remained against the law. Now the Boyle County Fiscal Court wants to hear your opinion. The public meeting will be a week from today, Tuesday, June 24th, in the Inter-County Energy Community Room on Houstonville Road from 6 until 7:30. And one of the largest Juneteenth celebrations in the state happens in Harrodsburg, and this year is no different. The event will take place at West Lane Park, with events Thursday through Saturday. Those include the Miss Juneteenth pageant, line dancing, a Motown night on Friday night, the Little Miss and Mr. Juneteenth pageant, kids games, speakers, and the festival headlined by Nappy Roots on Saturday evening. For more information, visit the Heart of Kentucky Juneteenth celebration on Facebook. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by Altogether Recovery Center, Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving, compassionate care for drug and alcohol addiction. Altogether Recovery Center in Danville. They're now open. Cloudy skies, rain shower chances. 81 degrees is the high. A low tonight, 70. Tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms, and a high tomorrow of 84. Juneteenth is Thursday, partly sunny, high of 80. It is a hot weekend. Well, it's going to be hot. Sunny, though, which is a welcome change.
Yeah, then all the rain going on.
Yeah, Sunday, by the time we get to Sunday, 91's the high.
Whew, mercy.
Right now, 9:11 in the morning.
That's a little too hot. You need to pull that back a little bit, Joe.
Yeah. Dusty's on here. Good morning, Dusty. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing good.
Did you have a good Father's Day?
It was good. Good Father's Day weekend.
Yes,
Yeah.
excellent.
Let me let the listeners know that the Central Kentucky Sliders. Now, this is a team that our listeners should root for, okay? Because it's got a mix of Danville and Boyle County kids on this team.
Okay.
Right. So this is community kids, all from this area that either go to, was it Hogsett? I think at Danville, Hogsett, Woodlawn, Perryville, Junction City.
All right.
Every single one of our kids are from those four schools.
Oh, nice. Represented.
Right,
Yep.
so like if the listeners want to root for a 7U team, we don't have any out-of-towners. These are our local kids.
Right.
Went to Nicholasville this weekend, went 3-1 in our 4 games,
Nice.
finished runner-up in the tournament, lost to a team from Mount Sterling.
That's all right.
And that's fine. And the Mount Sterling coaches were great. Like, our kids devastated. Let me tell you what happened. 16-8 going into the final inning. You can score 8 runs in the final inning. We scored 8 in the final inning to force extra innings.
Force extra innings.
16 all. It was an unbelievable comeback. I thought we were cooked, and I'm one of the coaches. I'm not going to tell them y'all were cooked.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell them y'all better keep swinging the bats, but you're not going to score 8 runs in 1 inning.
But then it happened.
But then it happened. And then it goes to extras. They score 1 run in extras. We don't score any. We lose 17-16 in extra innings.
Heartbreaker.
And the coaches from the other team were great. Our kids were hanging their head, and they were like, you all do not need to hang your head at all. You all are a great team. You played awesome.
Right.
You are a great squad, So it was a fun weekend. And so our local 7U team, the Central Kentucky Sliders.
It's called the Sliders?
Yes.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
Orange and blue jerseys. And the orange jerseys look good. They're bright orange with the blue font on them.
Okay.
And they pop with a blue and orange hat. Oh, yeah. The boys are getting better. Look, we started off this year 1-8 through our first 9 games, and we are 8-3 in our last 11 games.
Well, there you go.
So you talk about seeing improvement.
Yeah.
So we need the community to get behind the 7U
it.
sliders.
I just imagine like your logo is like has like what is it, the little twirl or whatever that goes across the chest, but like in the front it's just like a small hamburger, right?
Well, we're the ones that design the jerseys. Don't give us any ideas, Dusty.
Because you're saying, oh, we're sliders, and everybody's like, well, it's baseball. You slide into base. And
Exactly,
like,
or you throw a slider that's like a type of pitch.
Oh, okay.
But no, you're thinking hamburgers.
I'm thinking hamburgers.
White Castle burgers.
Oh, there you go. You can get a sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right, Dusty, how was your Father's Day weekend?
It was all right. I got some I got gifts and whatnot. One of the gifts I got that I really enjoyed is somehow, I don't know where my wife finds these things, but she found a place where you can print up your own fake tattoos, right?
Okay.
Like temporary tattoos.
Oh, that's cool.
And then she put my face. She got like a 10-pack of just my face.
Are they little tattoos or they're like sleeves?
These are decent size.
Okay.
I would say about like a quarter, maybe.
Okay.
Or
So
I mean,
you-
like not a quarter.
Do you
but
have one
like-
on of yourself?
No, I do not have one of myself. My son Lucas put it like on his chest, like where
So
you.
he's got a tattoo of your face on his chest.
Right, and he would, during church he was just like, "Look at this," and he'd just pull it down like his collar, stretch it all out. And then my Beckham put like on his calf is like where it is, and
Yeah,
everybody's
okay,
like,
so
"What's
everybody
that?"
can see your face on his calf.
It's just, and then I'm making such a weird expression too, and I was just.
I like that. That's a neat idea. Jack has really been getting into tattoos recently.
Okay.
To where Rebecca got on Amazon and ordered like $8 pack of tattoos, and some of them are arm sleeve tattoos.
Yeah.
So it looks
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Jack
yeah.
has an arm sleeve. And I look like the worst father in the world on Father's Day because why does a 7-year-old have a sleeve on his arm? And I don't know what's in this ink, but it's not coming off real easily.
Oh no, some of those are because I did that for New Year's. Is because I did I bought what is it like a nice suit jacket, and I cut off the sleeves, and then I put temporary tattoos on.
Take a while for those to come off too.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. And so I might give you the rest of them though, because
I don't know if Jack wants a Dusty tattoo per se.
No. These were like tribal tattoos.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
And
Rebecca
I'm
got
just
religious
under our band.
tattoos. So Jack has a tattoo of Jesus on his arm
Just
as a
sleeve.
7-year-old.
Just a sleeve of Jesus.
I'll show you pictures. I mean, he's like, let me show you this picture. This is from the game Saturday. Look at the expression he's making with that tattoo on his arm.
Oh, nice. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
So, yeah,
everybody.
If you have tribal tattoos that are like full sleeve ones,
Yeah.
we'll take them.
Okay, deal.
Absolutely will.
Deal.
We should also do a bet on the show between me, you, and like James. And the person that loses has to put a Dusty tattoo on.
I don't know if I can wear one of myself. I think this is weird. As long as it's not a spelling contest, I'm down.
All right, we'll have to do some. Save a Dusty tattoo. We'll figure out some sort of competition to do. Loser has to put the Dusty tattoo
I
on.
think we're going to have some people over for the 4th of July, and I was thinking I was going to put them as part of the party favors, like in their little bag.
Do you have a picture of it? The
I
Dusty
think
tattoo?
So. If not, I can get my wife to
I would
send
like
me
to see
one.
what the Dusty tattoo looks like.
My camera's been messing up on my phone. I feel like an old person because I can't get it to focus. And I don't know if it's like just stuff inside my phone that I need to clean because I've like cleaned it, I've reset it, I followed all these instructions, but now I have to go to the Apple store, and I don't.
My phone, I don't know what's going on. My phone, let me tell you what's going on with my phone. I'll take a picture, and then I can't send it. I'll have to screenshot the picture of the picture to be able to send it. Yeah.
I think that's just probably privacy settings that you messed up.
Why would I be able to send a screenshot of something but not be able to send a picture? Let me say I take my phone, I take a picture of you right now, and I want to text it to you. It wouldn't let me text it. Like, it just won't load the picture up. It's not like it says there's privacy settings. But if I take a screenshot of the picture of you, it's like it saves it in a different way. It lets me take a screenshot of the picture, but not the picture. Straight to you. I don't know what's going on. And I don't really care enough to go to the Apple store or whatever.
Well, I mean, you can also, like, what I do is I go to Reddit is my first move.
Okay.
And you just
maybe I should Google it.
Yeah, you just type in that question, and then usually
Something
the
will pop
Reddit
up.
answers are generally really good.
Yeah.
But the Reddit answers so far, it's like, oh, you have to take apart your phone, and I was like, I don't think I'm that good.
Yeah, never mind.
I think I'll go and let somebody else do that where they have insurance to cover it.
Yeah.
But,
all right, Dusty, we got going on in music as you continue to find your tattoo, or
Yeah.
you can look it up when we play the song or whatever you want to do.
Let's see. Well, I have to get a picture of it because I didn't take a picture of it. I'm texting my wife. Tonight, which is the one we are previewing, is called The Wild Feathers. They're going to be at the Lexington Opera House, so we'll get to that in a bit. But it is happening tonight, so if you like what you're going to hear, go to the Lexington Opera House and catch it because it's going to be a lot of fun. Thursday, you have Thursday Night Live there in Lexington, Kentucky, and it is part of their June, was it Juneteenth, right? It's June 19th? Is that right?
Yeah, Someone's taking a drink. Yeah, that's Thursday. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. They're going to have, who is this person? Ward Hayden and the Outliers.
Okay.
Will be playing there. And then West 6 of the Farm is going to have Brett Ratliff if you want to go see him on Thursday. Isley Autumn will be performing Friday at the Purdy's Coffee Company? Coffee Co?
Coffee Company.
Yeah. And then the Green Lanterns, the Green Lantern Bar is going to be featuring the Hill Country Devil. He'll be down there.
Whoa.
That's a perfect fit for Green Lantern, which is right down the road from like a super nice place to have a wedding, which is really odd because I'm like, you have this awesome, like really bougie place to have a wedding, and then literally within eyesight is like one of the grungiest bars. It's like, and it's been a staple of Lexington. The Green Lantern's awesome.
Yeah.
Like they're full of nice people. Don't get me wrong, but it's very an eclectic setting. So it's just odd. Then one of my favorites is coming to Rupp Arena. Billy Strings
nice.
will be there Friday, and so we'll probably preview him Friday as well.
Okay.
So listen up to your Billy Strings and see if you pick the song that I'm going to pick. Then Mama Said String Band is going to be at the Burl on Friday as well. Saturday, you're looking at Chelsea Nolan is going to be at the Dreaming Creek Brewery in Richmond, Kentucky. So you can go check her out. The Songwriter Series, which is going to be at the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame in Mount Vernon, is going to be featuring Josh Mitchum, which is an excellent artist and songwriter. He paints as well. J.D. Shelburne will be playing at the 4th Annual Bloom Street, what is that? And 4th Annual Bloom Street, it doesn't all say all the things. He's going to be there, though. That is in Depot Street in Bloomfield, Kentucky.
Okay.
So you can go see
I've
J.D. Shelburne
seen
live.
Bloomfield. Where have I seen that on a sign? I have seen that on a sign, Bloomfield.
Here it is.
Oh, that almost doesn't look like you.
Well, I did get like a haircut, and I'm making a weird face, so it's like...
Yeah. So it's pretty big?
Yeah,
tattoo?
yeah. It's like, I would say it probably takes up like a good portion of your arm.
We'll have to do a Dusty tattoo contest to see who has to put the Dusty tattoo on him.
I hope Super Dave misunderstands that and comes with like a real tattoo of me.
Yeah.
That he's stuck with. Billy Strings will also be playing Saturday, so he's doing a back-to-back show there at
He's
Rupp
doing a
Arena.
two-night residency.
Two-night residency at Rupp Arena if you want to go check him out. And then Band of Horses will be at the Burl on Sunday. So a lot of good options happening.
Let me say this too, Nappy Roots Saturday in Harrodsburg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at the Juneteenth celebration, which is a three-night celebration in Harrodsburg, and the headliner Saturday evening is Nappy Roots.
So
Saturday
they're
night.
celebrating Juneteenth Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
most of the events, I mean, there's stuff going on Thursday, but really it's like Friday, Saturday is kind of the main stuff going on. But yeah, Nappy Roots Saturday night. I think it's like 9 o'clock at West Lane Park in Harrodsburg. But
West
get
Lane
there
Park.
before that.
Where's West Lane Park?
In Harrodsburg.
Oh, okay. You got a deal.
It's on West Lane, I think.
Well, I mean, is that like because they do have like that stage that's kind of downtown. Is that what that is?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Like, so West Lane's Park, not the one with the tree, right?
No, that's the old Fort Herod State Park.
Right. And then like you can't how does that can you buy those trees anymore? Or is that the only one left alive? I'm confused.
That's the Osage orange tree.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just old.
Like, can I have one? Can I like buy one somewhere? I've never seen one for sale.
Okay, an Osage tree. They have these crab apples come off them.
Yeah.
That's what an Osage tree is.
We hit those a lot with our lawnmower.
We
We used to.
Okay, so, I mean, do you want one of these trees that has these big green softball-looking pumpkins that fall from the limbs?
I don't know. Maybe, well, how long is it? Oh, that's a James Gardner question. We're in the wrong segment.
Despite many misinterpretations of the fruit being inedible, the fruit is edible.
Oh, this is
but
gross?
it's not commonly consumed due to its unpalatable features. It's not real good. It's got a bitter flavor.
Oh, so you can't eat it.
And a
It's just
latex-like
terrible.
liquid that can irritate the skin. What? That sounds pleasant. I can't wait to have this latex liquid go down my gullet.
Everybody's like, you want this orange from Harrodsburg? You're like, no.
This is a special Harrodsburg orange. All right, West Lane Park is northwest of the fort in Harrodsburg.
Northwest of the fort.
So the fort is where the Osage orange tree is.
Yes, okay.
That's not where the park is, northwest of it.
Northwest of it. Okay.
So,
well, hopefully they'll put up
look,
signs.
things are easy to find now because you have GPS.
To a point. Last week, I went to, after the show, I had to take the boys and I went down to Houstonville Baptist. But if you follow the GPS, it takes you to the opposite side. And there's no church out there. And it's like,
well, that's not good.
You have arrived. And I'm looking around. I'm like,
In a
boys,
field.
yeah, we're in trouble, all right? Protect your kidneys.
All right, who are we previewing today?
We are previewing the show that is happening tonight. It's the Wild Feathers is the name of the band. And then this is Backwoods Company. They're going to be performing tonight at the Lexington Opera House. And then if the Lexington Opera House is still standing, after this excitement, it's going to be good.
Here it is. Backwoods Company, the Wild Feathers. The Wild Feathers Backwoods Company.
Yeah, they're going to be performing tonight at the Lexington Opera House. So if you're looking to get a little rowdy, stay dry, and just have a good time on a Tuesday night, by all means, head up to Lexington Opera House. Which I don't know. Have you ever been to Lexington Opera House?
Is that the one downtown?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I don't think I've been in. I mean, I know where it is.
Right.
It's got kind of like the old school sign up on top of it, and they can put. Yeah, there's a Beatles cover band coming to the Lexington Opera House in September, and I may go.
It's a great venue. You got like 3 balconies stacked on each other.
That's neat.
Yeah, so it's all. It kind of almost goes like straight up. Like
that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's like it's not very deep, but it has like a nice.
How old is that building?
It's pretty old. I don't know right offhand, but I think it's. I think it's like the original opera house in Lexington. So I've seen Elf, Phantom of the Opera.
I was going to say, that seems like a Phantom of the Opera type opera house.
Yeah. It was good. Yeah. We saw it there as well. Yeah. We saw Phantom of the Opera there, and Elf, and we saw something else there too. I can't think of it right offhand, but it's been good.
Kentucky.
I'm surprised that they are bringing in such a wild group there. So the Wild Feathers should be awesome.
Kentucky Music Preview, Dusty.
No problem.
Giving us an update. I have information on the Osage Orange.
Okay.
I looked like, why would you want an Osage Orange and those hedge apples that fall off or whatever? It's apparently a really strong wood. So Native Americans would plant them and then they could like have a tree they could make bows and like axes and clubs out of. What it said is like by far out of any tree, it has the strongest wood versatility of any tree. So like you could build bows out of it and pull the string back on the bow and like the wood wouldn't break.
Yeah.
So that's why the Osage tree is so, well, at that point it was really valuable. I don't know. We're not making any bows anymore. So I don't know if you need one now.
There's
but
archery's picking back up here in Kentucky.
All right, Dusty, here we go. People used to scoff at the idea of taking mental health days.
Okay.
And some still do. But here's another reason to abandon that attitude.
All right.
A new study found working too many hours a week literally changes the structure of your brain.
Oh, no.
Researchers scanned the brains of 110 healthcare workers and split them into two categories. Overworked and not overworked. They defined overworked as 52 hours a week or more.
Oh, okay.
They found that working that much can cause significant changes in parts of the brain associated with executive function and emotional regulation. Basically, it messes with your decision-making skills. It causes you to get emotional or fly off the handle a lot, and also affected memory and attention span. They didn't look at the long-term effects, but they suspect that being overworked for years on end isn't great for your mental health. Duh. Especially if you work through weekends and you never take a vacation. So, a study found that if you work 50-plus hours a week...
Uh-oh.
Well, I was going to say like the old generation did.
Oh,
but
no. No, that's
you
not
work.
old
Yeah, I mean, there are
generation.
times where I'm, calling games and out late and all that. But, like the older generation, I think, are like they just worked all the time.
Yeah.
Like, go home. Why are you still at work?
Why are you still here?
Get what you need to get done and then go home. But if you work 50-plus hours a week, it literally breaks your brain, Dusty. And maybe you're sitting there, you're drooling on yourself because you work so much.
I mean, I can see what's kind of weird though. It's like if you think about like healthcare workers and the demand that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's affecting their decision-making skills.
Yeah, and that's not
that's not a good
something I want,
combination, right? I don't need much decision-making skills in some of my job, but like I feel like healthcare workers, you need that.
9:30 in the morning. Here's news. Dusty, appreciate you being on.
Thank you, Joe.
A man faces charges after firing at landscapers and police officers from his Boone County home. This incident happened last Thursday on Saunders Lane in Union's Triple Crown neighborhood when 47-year-old Muhammad Jabrini allegedly fired shots at landscapers, barricaded himself inside his home, then fired shots at officers. While no landscapers or officers were injured in this incident, Jabrini was injured after being struck as officers returned fire. Jabrini remains hospitalized and for now facing 10 counts of attempted murder. Hey, Louisville, the Goss Avenue Kroger is back. Here's Jack Crumley.
The Kroger store in Germantown had parts shut down on Friday because of evidence of rodents, and then Kroger completely closed the store Sunday to fully deal with the issue. Customer Ben Vincent spoke to WLKY.
I've been living up here for 23 years, and they've always been good. I don't have anything bad to say about him until this happened.
Kroger workers had to turn people like him away on Sunday, but a company spokesperson says necessary steps were taken to eliminate the source of the rodent infestation, and the Goss Avenue supermarket has now reopened. I'm Jack Crumley.
WLKY also spoke to another regular customer, Kelly Doherty, and she was surprised about the news.
I've come to this Kroger a bunch of times, and I'm surprised to hear that happened here, and also surprised that I didn't find out until I got here.
A Northern Kentucky city named as one of the best small cities in the country for food and drink. That's according to Food and Wine, who ranked 11 small cities as part of their 2025 Global Tastemakers Awards. Covington, fourth on the list, due to the food and drink culture stemming from being where the North meeting the South, being on Kentucky's Bourbon Trail, its thriving arts and culture scenes, and a vibrant downtown with more. Covington was the only city in Kentucky to appear on the list. The top spot, Asheville, North Carolina. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
No, we don't just get our fireworks anywhere. We do it right at Send the Light. They beat any tent by 20%. Get the 3-minute time bomb, 2-minute block party, neon rage. If you want the best show and savings and know you're done right, it's Send the Lights. Located in Harrisburg by McDonald's, Junction City at Grubbs, North Garrett County, 27 in front of the dollar store. For your fireworks and more, it's Send the Lights. Plus savings for first responders, military. Now that's where we're going to get our fireworks at.
Thank you, Daddy.
Hello, I'm Adam Hopkins, security officer at Farmers National Bank. Scammers send text messages to trick you into providing information like your debit card or passwords. This is called smishing. Don't click text messages, links, or call phone numbers you don't know. When in doubt, delete.
These famous recipes been serving the best chicken in Danville since 1972. These is proud to serve up money-saving $6 meals that include 2 strips or 2 pieces of dark meat, livers or gizzards, your choice of a side, plus a home-style buttermilk biscuit and drink. All of it just $6. Don't feel like cooking? Feed the family with an 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece meal that comes with large shareable sides and home-style buttermilk biscuits. For your next get-together, call Lee's, the expert caterers, at 859-236-8777. Visit Lee's Famous Recipe, the chicken specialist in Danville and South 4th.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy. Delicious flavors of family tradition. Old-fashioned candy since 61. Light, rich, creamy, made by hand. A southern treat, a Kentucky brand. Mom Blakeman's Candy.com. So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's Candy.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Thank you there, Riley Joe. Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work at their insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, cell damage, and paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Rain showers and thunderstorms today, tomorrow, and on Thursday. Friday and Saturday and Sunday looking good with sunshine. Right now it's 9:35 in the morning, 71 degrees. Tuesday, the 17th day of June. 859-238 WHIR, phone number to call in this morning. That's the number that Ann Yeager has called in. And to make this segment official, here's Jim Parman.
The following is a paid program.
Told you. And we welcome on to the show Ann Yeager McCroskey. Hello, AY.
Good morning.
What's going on with you today?
Oh, do you ever try to get too much stuff done at once?
All the time. I'm always doing too much stuff. Yes. So what happened? You forgot about the radio segment?
I was on the phone. I'm trying to get a funeral set, and all of a sudden I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to have left 10 minutes ago to get to the radio on time. And that's why I called in.
Yeah, well, look, we can do it either way. We can do it phone-wise with the interview. We could do it in studio with the interview. So we can make it work. We can make it work here phone-wise.
You're so flexible.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, and I was thinking about it because I was thinking about the radio and I was on the phone, because I guess some people don't realize that's some of the things that we coordinate. And when I'm setting up a funeral, I coordinate between not just the family and what they want, but the minister and the cemetery, and make sure all of the stars align at once, and make sure all of these things work together. Because if a family has their heart set on a certain day or a certain minister, and if that minister can't be there, or if they're close with the family, then all of a sudden it becomes, okay, let's see what day will work. And some of our cemeteries, depending on the cemetery, like Camp Nelson only has, we've talked about that before, it's 6 time slots a day. So, and they vary from multiple counties and cities. So if the time slot that we want is gone, then we have to move, and then I have to call the minister. I have to call the family back and the minister back, and I have to re-coordinate all of this and make sure that, so sometimes I am just, it's like a little game of Tetris, trying to make sure that all of the blocks fit in a perfect line.
Yeah. That's interesting, especially when you're trying to time up a minister, well, I can't do Thursday because I've got a meeting at this time, but I can Friday. Well, let me call back and see. Well, the cemetery can't do this day. Can you do this day? And you're trying to make all the puzzle pieces work to fit within especially the time frame as well that the family wants.
Right. And then you got to think about people, like if anyone's traveling and this one, and this person's taking off work, and what day do they need to take off work? And it's just this feels like some mornings or some days a constant moving target until I get everything nailed down so that everybody knows when, and so they can schedule everything. And if you have people taking, and that's the other thing, is that now more of our families are spread out further than ever. So coordinating on getting everyone home. And I got that question the other day. I'm so glad I remembered, because when I got it, I was like, I need to talk about that on the radio. Because someone said to me, it used to be that someone died and the funeral was within 2 days. So it used to be, it was basically the rule of 2 or 3. Within 3 days, the person was buried. And she was like, why has that changed? I was like, multiple reasons, but it's been a good change because it also gives families time, because the first 24 hours after a death, your brain is in this fog. And, remind me to talk about a podcast in a minute. Your brain is, especially the first 24 hours, and it's a protective fog to keep you basically from overloading with that much mental and emotional stress at once. So, making decisions in that first 24 hours, we tell everybody not to, because you may not even remember making that decision later. And that is extremely hard for people if they don't even have memories, or they feel like someone else made those decisions, or they feel like or they were pressured to make those decisions. And if 6 months later they don't like the decisions they made, that's a lot to live with.
Yeah.
So, it's actually a good thing that we've changed the way funerals happen. And people will say to me, I just want to get it done. I'm like, I know you want to get it done, but that won't stop the hurt. And I need to make sure that you make good decisions. And with Camp Nelson right now, we're generally running about a week out. So if somebody died today, it would probably be this time next week before we could have their funeral.
Okay.
If we were burying in Camp Nelson, because most of the time slots for this week will already be taken for the most part.
Yeah. When do they... And how many funerals do they have? When do they bury, and how many funerals do they have at Camp Nelson? Because it's not like 9 to 5 Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday, is it? Like, I mean, you've got to pick...
No, they don't bury on the weekends.
Okay.
The weekends are closed. So they only bury Monday through Friday, and there are 6 time slots a day.
Okay.
Which the time slots in the morning are on the hour, 9, 10, and 11. And in the afternoon, it's on the half hour. So 12:30, 1:30, and 2:30.
Okay.
So if you want to have visitation and funeral in the same day, so visitation from 11 to 1, the service at 1, I have to have the 2:30 time slot at Camp Nelson. I don't have any choices.
Okay. So
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you get 30 time slots a week at Camp Nelson. 5 days.
Right.
6 slots a day, 30 time slots, and those, I assume, fill up pretty fast.
Right, because they bury for 5 counties, including Fayette.
Yeah.
So, and most people don't want the 9 and 10 a.m. slots are usually the ones left. The 12:30, 1:30, and 2:30 are usually the first ones gone, because if you're going to have an 11 o'clock or a 1 o'clock funeral, have your funeral and then drive to Camp Nelson. It's a 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive. And for a session, it takes us between 25 and 28 minutes.
Yeah.
Generally. So I have to have that half hour to get there. So these are all the things that I have to coordinate and I have to think about when, and we used to be able to schedule funerals for Camp Nelson on the weekend, which we can still get paperwork in and call, but I learned the hard way that their eligibility office is only open Monday through Friday. So even if I schedule a funeral on Saturday, because the National Scheduling Office is open, on Monday, I may get told no. If there's any hiccup with the paperwork, on Monday morning, eligibility will put a hold on my funeral.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of moving pieces, is what you're saying when it comes to this.
That one is really, really hard when all of a sudden Monday morning, when you've scheduled a funeral and you have all these things happening, I've talked to the minister and I've scheduled a cemetery, and the family's getting everybody together and making plans, and then Monday morning they say, you're on hold. My heart just drops.
Yeah. With Ann Yeager from Stiff Funeral Home, 859.
That's the other thing I have to tell families is, even though if we schedule on the weekend, know that I cannot guarantee it until Monday.
Yeah.
Which I think is just hard on families, too. So I just tell them to wait till Monday.
859-236-2113, the phone number for Stiff Funeral Home. You've got a question that you posted on your Facebook page, and this is the first I've ever heard of this item before. And Yeager, someone asked you, what is a parting stone? I never heard of a parting stone before. So I'll let you answer, because this is a question that I never knew that I would have, because I never knew what a parting stone was to begin with, except for 10 minutes ago. So now that...
Did you look it up yet?
Well, I mean, you've got the answer right here in the Facebook question.
Right.
But, like, if someone were to just say, what is a parting stone to you, and me not have the answer here, I would also want to know the answer. So for people listening at home who maybe don't know what a parting stone is or whatever it may be, tell us, what is a parting stone, Ann Yeager?
So Parting Stone is a company that they will take someone's ashes and turn them into rocks. Or they look like big kind of pebbles. They are the colors change according to the color of the ashes, but they're smooth and they look like really good skipping stones that you would skip across the lake. And so for people who are very tactile, who want to hold on to everything, who want to touch, that's one of the only problems with cremation is that some people don't like the idea of being scattered to the wind, so to speak, or families have a hard time with that sometimes, that their loved ones just somewhat disappear in that respect. So parting stones were a way for someone to be cremated, their ashes made into stones, and you can literally hold them in your hand. You can carry them in your pocket every day. I have a family who had about half the person's ashes. We had half the ashes made into stones. Instead of scattering them, whenever they travel, they've taken the smallest stones and they leave a little bit of Dad in different locations. And it's funny because now they've gone back to a couple of those places, and so they always look for his rock and see if they can find him.
Yeah.
And they joke about, what if a kid picked him up and painted him, and they think that would be hilarious. But that's what a parting stone is. It's turning ashes into stones.
Turning ashes into stone, and then you've got stones that you can place in different places.
You can keep them. You could place them. You could do whatever you want with them.
Yeah. With Ann Yeager from Stiff Funeral Home. Now, I've got a question for you, Ann Yeager. I'm going to hit this commercial break, and I'm going to give you a chance to stew on kind of the situation, because I'll just kind of set you up for what we're going to talk about. I've heard you say multiple times that you do, whatever is within your power to make the wishes of what a family wants for their loved one to happen. You've done funerals on farms. You've done funerals in football stadiums. You've done whatever you can do, fall, outdoor, themed funerals, whatever it may be. So the question is, what do you do and how do you handle a situation when the family's wishes or the surviving loved one's wishes seems a bit disrespectful from your point of view? And there's a story that goes along with this. So I'll let you kind of think about it, and I'll tell you the story, and then I want to see kind of how you would respond to this person's story. It's coming up next. You all listening are going to want to hear this story. So stay tuned. We're back in like 3 minutes, and I'll give you the story of what I'm talking about, and we'll get Ann Yeager's answer. Coming up next on The Joe Show.
Are you considering starting a business or expanding your existing business? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Ricky Peterson. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank at the Danville Main Street office. As a part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-236-9822. Let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Experience family fun with a Kentucky twist at Kentucky Kingdom Theme and Water Park. New for 2025, surround yourself with the beauty of Kentucky as you explore Discovery Meadow, a delightful new adventure featuring exciting new rides, beloved characters, and tasty treats to savor. Create unforgettable family memories while celebrating the bold spirit of Kentucky. Get 2 days of fun for one great price. Buy online only for just $49.99 at KentuckyKingdom.com/special offer.
Did you know there's money available to help you pay for trade school or college? Yep, and all you need to do is fill out the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA. Completing the FAFSA costs you nothing but time, and it can pay off big. And there are experts across Kentucky who can help. For more info, visit gearupky.org/money. That's gearupky.org/money. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it, because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more.
Helpful people,
Free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door.
visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
Hey, Tuesday, the 17th day of June. Ann Yeager joins us this morning here in the show. So, Ann Yeager, I gave you a chance to kind of think about how you're going to answer the question, but there's a story specifically that goes along with it, so we'll talk about how you would specifically handle a situation to where an individual thinks that the funeral, the process of the funeral was done in almost a disrespectful manner, but it was the wishes of the family. Here's the story. You still with us, Ann Yeager?
I'm here.
Okay. This person says, I've been to many open casket visitations, and I truly never experienced anything like my great aunt's yesterday. And I would love to get the opinion of people who work in the industry. That's you, Ann Yeager. Here we go. My aunt's wishes were to be cremated, have a celebration of life afterwards. She did not want a funeral or viewing. Her only wishes were to be cremated, have a party, and have people drink Captain Morgan. I guess that was her drink of choice. Her only daughter was in charge of the arrangements, and the only daughter is on drugs. I expected the bare minimum, this person said. I guess I just didn't know what the bare minimum would look like. The service itself was private, and we were told up front that there would be a viewing. Now, remember, she did not want a viewing. The great aunt did not, who died. She wanted to be cremated, did not want a funeral viewing. What I did not expect was for her to be lying on a cold metal table, totally unclothed except for a white sheet covering her from her shoulders down. No makeup, hair undone, no casket, no flowers, no pictures. Just a body that appeared to be rolled straight out of a morgue and put on display for dozens of people. I've seen bodies before. I've never seen one like that. She was a gem of a lady, and I understand that funeral directors are just doing what their deceased and the families want for the people, but this truly felt disrespectful. I wouldn't do that to a stranger, much less a family member. I was told that there was money set aside for arrangements by my great-aunt and her daughter, but even if there wasn't, we all absolutely would have contributed to make sure this didn't happen, but we were all told explicitly that it was all taken care of. Is this normal? I do not blame the funeral home. I'm just surprised they even allowed that. No one greeted anyone at the door. You had to wonder, would the big funeral home find the room? And then she's just lying naked at a metal table without even being done up for the funeral. If I would have known, I would have brought her clothes and makeup to make her look like herself. I was just caught off guard by all of this. And they end by saying, thank you for all the work you're doing. So, Ann Yeager, even if this was the wish of the daughter, that the next of kin, the one in charge, at what point do you say, we're not doing this? Because you talk a lot about the dignity of the individual who has died. At what point does dignity and family's wishes come to a intersection here and you say, I'm taking this road, I'm not taking that road? How do you handle that situation?
Well, so I have kind of gotten caught in this a couple of times when I thought just like an immediate family was coming in just to see their loved one, like before they were cremated or before. And so now my people are not on metal tables. They're on what's called a dressing table. It's a white table. There's always a sheet underneath them. And my people are a little bit different because I'm, as you say, a little crazy about this. So my people always have a sheet under them, a sheet over them, up to tucked around their shoulders, and then a blue blanket. So I never have to worry about that part. However, I have had a family invite the whole family, unbeknownst to me, when I thought we were just having private, immediate family only in. I've ended up, and I would never have a visitation with someone on a table, but when all of a sudden you have 50 people show up that I don't know are coming and expecting to see the person, when I thought it was just private family, it puts me in a very awkward situation. Now, in this case, here's the other thing. Even if they said it was already taken care of, the daughter could have changed anything.
Right, yeah.
When you make a prearrangement, there are only a handful of ways to make sure that your wishes are not changed. So she could have changed anything. And what she talked about with the director and what she set up and what the family saw, it could have just been like me when I was expecting 3 or 4 people to come in and just see the person.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I had 50. And I was not prepared for that.
Do you think the funeral director would have told them in that spot?
I would not allow a full-on, I would not allow a public visitation with someone, because that's kind of in the getting ready stage. And for your family, your spouse, your child, it's not a big deal to see the in-between from the time that you die until the time that you are in a casket. In fact, I think especially it's good because your family has seen you at your best and your worst. So I think it's good for the family to see the stages to help them mentally prepare for the finality of you being in the casket and that being the end, and then the burial or the cremation. So I think the stair-stepping is a good thing. However, I do not think it's appropriate for full-on public visitation.
Right. So do you think that in this situation, the funeral director would have told someone? I didn't realize everybody was coming. This was just supposed to be a small family thing. Like, did you tell the people that?
I had people show up one day, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I had no idea that they had told everyone to come.
Yeah.
This is not a public visitation. This was supposed to be immediate family only, because I had some people who just, and I said, she is not prepared for what I would consider public visitation. And they were like, no, I've never seen. I was like, no, because she's not. They weren't that close to her, so they didn't. Yeah. Now this is, I think, to say an aunt.
A great aunt to this lady.
Okay, so I don't know that I would consider a great niece or nephew close enough family for that. Does that make sense? Because your parents and your siblings and your children it's different because you all have grown up in the same house. You have taken care of each other when you're sick or ailing, or any of these things. And that's not always been, some great aunts and nieces and nephews are that close, but not all. So in that respect, it feels somewhat disrespectful.
Yeah.
And that's where I would never encourage that. And it's also for someone who thinks they're coming to a visitation when it's really only a private family time.
Yeah.
That's also something to be taken aback by because it's not what you were expecting. Also for private family times, like I don't have books out and memorial fold, all the things that we have in slideshows. We don't do those. That's not part of private family time.
Yeah, let me tell you what
those are two very different things.
Yeah, the top answer is basically exactly what you said, Ann Yeager. This person says, what you're describing is typically known as an ID viewing and is basically only done so the closest family members can assure that that is, in fact, their loved one that will be cremated. Prep is minimal with only washing and closing of the eyes and mouth. There is no embalming, dressing, or cosmetics. The viewing time is usually only about 15 minutes. This type of viewing is not intended as a public visitation. Said, I'm sorry you were not forewarned prior. The funeral home actually should have explained to everyone what was going on. You said you did explain to everybody, but it seems like the funeral home dropped the ball. Or she was invited, and maybe the daughter, who they did say was on drugs, thought she was close enough to want to come in and see this step in the I have no idea, but someone dropped the ball somewhere, and it does sound like it's what you said, just was supposed to be closest family members, and someone got invited from somewhere else.
Right, and they got invited, and the daughter should have, not that she could be relied on, but the daughter should have explained, this is just private family time. That should have been explained to the daughter by the funeral home. This is just private family time. This is not a public visitation.
Right.
This is for immediate family only.
Still Funeral Home, 859-236-2070. No, wait. 2113.
2113.
I don't know where I've done a good job not messing that up recently. Appreciate you being on, Ann Yeager. It's 10 o'clock in the
You all
morning.
have a great day and love on your people.
This is the talk of the town. AM 12.